sports media big steppers. Dan Hicken.
You know it!
Jeff Proctor.
It's a big deal.
Gosh, it sure is a big deal.
And E to the T.
E.T. is in the booth.
Rise and shine! Googans, go time on a Friday morning. It's a GFL Friday. Green for light. TGIF, baby, as we count down. I guess would today be the official start of the 12 days of Christmas? Or did that start yesterday? I don't know. Partridge in a pear tree to everyone out there this morning as we get you up and going. We got a lot planned. I got a lot on the docket today. We pushed back the Riley report from earlier in the week. So the former ACC Player of the Year will join us with his thoughts on a variety of college football topics. The quarterback whisperer, our normal Friday guest, joins us as well. We'll get the best insight we can on Carson Beck, on that injury and where he is. And by the way, the impact on Georgia and where they turn now at quarterback. And so any insight there, appreciated from the whisperer this morning. Our friends from the Gator Bowl will take us through the dynamics of the selection day. And, you know, as best they can explain the way the system is working. And I think we've given you a pretty good breakdown on that. There's basically a 6-level tier of bowls there. And this was just a year where you happen to have 3 SEC teams knocking on the door to the playoff. 3 teams that had seasons deserving of them picking where they want to play their bowl game. And so Alabama, South Carolina, Ole Miss, all 3 of them, guess what? They don't want to go to Houston. They don't want to go to Vegas. They don't want to go to Memphis. They want to come to Florida, baby. And so, and we've gotten good news, I think, at least to this point, when it comes to the matchup. It looks like Ole Miss is going to play their guys. I know Jackson Dart, the quarterback, is slated to play. So that's always good for your viewing pleasure. Nice positioning for the Gator Bowl game. It's on January 2nd, so that'll be Thursday night. And with a 7:30 kickoff, let's just go ahead and take Friday off as a community. What you say? But we'll see you that morning. All right, Jags and Jets. This weekend, we've I think documented, you know, the parallels, right? The parallels of disappointment for these 2 football teams, and we now just kind of find something to, I guess, grab onto interest-wise. I know we get kind of anxious as a fan base. I sense this. I'll tell you what's feeding apathy is perceived apathy by the fan base is leading to an apathetic fan base. So if there's no juice around the Jaguars, like there wasn't Monday, even though they won at arch rival Tennessee, if there's not a lot of excitement, if there's not a lot of investment, appeared investment at least by the fan base, then, I mean, the franchise can look in the mirror because they sense apathy on the other side because we're struggling so terribly and nothing of any major significance is happening. Not that it won't happen, but the longer it doesn't, it wraps you in this blanket of discomfort. No? Does that make any sense? Good morning, E.T. Am I making sense to you this morning?
Boy, you making sense.
All right. I like it. How was your little trip? You got a stat sheet for me? E.T. made a quick jaunt down to Central Florida where Gritty was tearing up the gridiron. What is that? Some sort of, like, all-star flag football team? What's he doing all the way down here?
No, it's a travel league team.
No?
It's
Is he still doing the Gritty when he scores?
No, the league doesn't allow any celebration.
Good for them.
I don't really like it. Let the boys have fun.
I hear you. But as long as they don't plant any flags, huh? No felonies down there for flag planting?
But they Gritty's team, they did okay. They got beat pretty bad yesterday. But you know, it was a tournament. The teams traveled from all over the nation. They got beat yesterday by a team from Detroit.
Oh,
the
really?
Detroit Lions.
They were running that Lions offense on you, huh?
Yeah. There's a good experience for the kids to go to play across the nation, see other teams that, get their game up.
And I've talked with Denny about this before, and it comes up from time to time, but you want to look at the explosion of passing in football at every level, high school level. Kids are throwing for 400 or 500 yards. College level, we've seen how ultimately more prepared they are for the NFL, right? Guys are stepping in. Bo Nix, C.J. Stroud, Jaden Daniels, go down the list. Guys are a lot more ready to play. And I think it all goes back to what's happening at that level of football, man. Those skill position players are learning the concepts of route running and reading defenses.
You can tell the kids that are above everybody else. They really stand out.
So when you transition, right, to tackle football, you're mentally it's all the same. They're just trying to hit you now, and they're wearing uniforms.
Yep.
And by the way, as we lose more and more of our taste because of the greed that we see in college sports and pro sports, man, go out there and watch a team of a really good 11-year-old flag football players tomorrow morning in the park near you. They can play. It's fun, man. It's exciting. I miss those days, my kids playing sports, man. It was the best. I know a lot of y'all out there driving around today, you got kids. A lot of you are coaching kids. Our demo hits a lot of coaches out there, coach/parents. They're awesome times, man.
Yeah, but it was a tackle football league.
Oh, this is tackle.
Yeah, it was tackle football.
Oh, damn! I thought they were playing flag.
No
They're
way.
tackling down there.
And tackle. Yeah,
Oh,
youth football league. I forget what it's called, but down there in Plant City.
Okay.
Over 70, 80 teams there.
Wow.
Yeah, it was 20 teams alone in Gritty's the 8U division.
Wow.
So,
That's a lot of football. How much do they play?
You win, you keep going.
Like you play a whole football game, and if you win, the 8-year-olds play another one the next day?
Yeah, next day.
And then you win, you're like, what? Like we're playing pickleball or something?
I'm telling you.
Wow,
8:30 in the morning, and those fields were packed every last one.
Yeah, I bet.
All day long.
Wow. We got a lot of cool stuff, flickering around in sports. One of the not so cool things was watching that paint drying Thursday nighter last night. I don't know how Gritty's game went, the exact score. I promise you it was more exciting than 49ers Rams last night.
It was.
Holy cow, man. Hey, San Francisco. That'll do it for the Niners, by the way. Thanks for playing. And the ultimate sign of disrespect and dishonor for the Shield last night from Devondre Campbell of the Niners. And buddy, they don't turn on you quick in your own locker room like they did in that Niners locker room last night, and well-deserved. So in case you missed it, Niners lost last night 12-6. Just an unconscionable loss for a championship-caliber team. The Niners are going to miss the playoffs after going to the Super Bowl last year. Granted, they've had just a ton of injuries, but still, they've also had 10-point leads now in fourth quarter leads in 4 division games and lost them. So there's some jagging going on here, man. If you're close enough to be in the game, you can't use any excuse that you're not good enough to win it. And you can look at the Jaguars. They make plays in those close losses. They win football games, period. They make stops in those close losses. They win football games, period. You're battling around within a score for 58 minutes, and now suddenly you're not. So injuries aside, that fact that they've been in so many games, that they've blown so many leads, shows you that it's more than just the injuries to write it off. But that's an embarrassing loss by the Niners at home last night. They failed to score a touchdown. Look, they're down to their 4th running back, and he's injured. Brandon Ayuk's out for the year. Nick Bosa, this is just the offensive side of the ball. Nick Bosa hadn't played. And last night, already with linebacker injury issues, they should have made the decision to not put Devondre Campbell in uniform. With injuries to the linebackers piling up middle of the third quarter last night, the Niners turned to veteran Devondre Campbell, who's been a pretty good player. He was former Falcon. He played for the Packers, I believe. But they turned to Campbell to enter the game. Campbell said, nah. Then in the fourth quarter, he walked to the locker room with a towel over his head without playing a snap. After the defeat, head coach Kyle Shanahan explained Campbell elected not to enter the game, even though 2 linebackers were dealing with injuries. He said he didn't want to play today. Oh, man, the decision and stroll of the locker room, though, left the Niners fuming. Shanahan, coaches, teammates. Niners head coach said the plan was for Campbell to enter the game after Dre Greenlaw, who, by the way, has worked so hard almost a year to come back from injury.
Torn Achilles.
He was dealing with knee soreness. First game back since the Achilles in the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
After Campbell said no, the Niners inserted Demetrius Flanagan Fowles, the only healthy linebacker left on the roster. When the third quarter ended, Campbell walked to the locker room. Kyle Shanahan after the game, head coach. People noticed, but when someone says that, you move on. That's somebody who doesn't want to play football. It's pretty simple. I think our team and myself, we know how we feel about that, so we don't need to talk about him anymore. When asked whether Campbell will be released, Shanahan said simply, we'll figure out something. George Kittle. It's one person making a selfish decision. I've never been around anybody that's ever done that. I hope I'm never around anybody who does that again. I'm a leader on this team. If that's something that's being a distraction on the sideline, I would have loved to voice my opinion in the moment. But we're past that moment. It doesn't matter what I wish I could have said or what I wish I could have done. I don't like distractions on the sideline. I think it's ignorant. I think it's dumb. I think it's stupid. Very immature. I just don't see how you could do something like that to your team. Wow. Niners signed Campbell, unrestricted free agent from Green Bay in March. Idea he would be at least a placeholder until Greenlaw returned. He started 12 of the team's first 13 games. And the one that he didn't start is because they started in a unique package of 5 down linemen. Played 90% of San Francisco's defensive snaps in the first 13 games. Charvarius Ward, he's a professional. He's been playing for a long time. If he didn't want to play, he shouldn't have dressed. We could have told him that before the game. I feel like that was some sucker blank that he did. Definitely hurt the team. D went down. We needed a linebacker for him to do that. That's some sucker stuff to me, in my opinion. He's probably going to get cut soon, so it is what it is. Oof. And, by the way, season over Niners. Bye-bye. Now 6-8 with all those close losses. So, yeah, there's that. All right. Are you ready, E? You rolling tape?
Yeah.
Huh? You ready? I see. I notice. I know what's happening. They don't have to be at Staples Center or Madison Square Garden for me to have a finger on the pulse. I saw what your guy did last night.
Yeah.
I'm not breaking news to you. LeBron goes for 30 in the G League last night, E. Huh? 30 for LeBron. That's pretty solid.
Shout out. 30 in any league is pretty solid. 30
at the rec league this weekend is a good outing. So no, I'm not kidding. So good for Bronny. Career high 30. By the way, happens to occur on, guess what? After further discussion, yeah, maybe Bronny, you are going to go play some of the road games. Remember the pushback on that? Well, he played his first road game last night. Didn't have to travel too far. Tempe, all right? Just a short little puddle hopper there. Scored 30, went 13 of 23 from the field. Now averaging 14 points, 3.5 rebounds, 2.5 assists in 4 G League games. But on the road, averaging 30, E. All right, I got a lot of like I said, I got a lot of cool stuff today. We're going to talk a lot of football, a lot of college football as we wrap up this crazy first season and the new setup that we have moving forward. Man, I'm already looking ahead to next weekend. Y'all know what's coming, right? Y'all know what's coming next weekend? Next Friday, buddy, it is going to be extraordinaire. We got all those playoff games next weekend, man. All those playoff games. Oh, my gosh. You got to have the Gators play Friday in the bowl game at 3:30, and then one playoff game on Friday, and then a triple header on Saturday as we narrow that field down to 8 and proceed for the first time with this 12-team playoff. Bill Belichick introduced at the North Carolina yesterday, and at least is talking like he won't be going anywhere. Got a heck of a deal. I think money well spent, man. Again, I'm not going to repeat what we did yesterday on the shocking news that Belichick indeed is willing to take a college job. I think North Carolina will dominate the ACC within a couple, 3 years. He'll do to the ACC what Nick Saban did to the SEC. That's what I think will happen in today's. The word is already got $20 million piled up to go get who you want to start when it comes to that NIL. I can't imagine there'll be a better closer in recruiting because of the resume and the resources that he has. Again, I think Tom Brady will be there to pitch a quarterback on a Zoom call. I think Willie McGinnis will go across town to Mater D to talk to the top edge rusher in the country to maybe consider Notre Dame. I think Michael Jordan still carries some weight. This is a fascinating collaboration. This is the ultimate I'm a DNA guy. I think programs have ceilings, and there are certain programs that I've even declared on this air that will never win a national title. They're just not capable. I don't think North Carolina is one of those. They have never, ever, ever had this. We'll see. Could be wrong. There have been, I saw the list of former NFL coaches of the year who took college jobs, and it is not screaming success. So there's that. All right, let's talk to Captain Kev when we come back on the other side. I got talk from the Jaguars locker room. Coordinators spoke yesterday. You wonder how many more times we'll hear from these two guys in this role. My guess, I don't know how many games are left. You're listening to The Drill. It's a GFL Friday. That's Green for Life. Trust them for all your commercial roll-off needs.
The Drill from the studios at Republic Services. We'll handle it from here.
If you like to wake up to Teal Talk on game day, we have your favorite caller. Beautiful. On the Terminix Kickoff Show, live from Tailgaters Parking.
I love it.
Brought to you by Gatorade and Clearwater Irrigation on 1010XL.
Imagine driving a late model Corvette, BMW, Mercedes, Lexus, Honda, Chevy, Ford, and more, all at a fraction of the original sticker price. Visit Vaughn Motor Group's indoor showroom and browse a great selection of dream cars that are inspected with warranties. Before you make your next auto purchase, check out Vaughn Motor Group on San Jose Boulevard or at vaughnmotorgroup.com for a complete inventory listing. If you can dream it, you can drive it at Vaughn Motor Group.
Make a crucial catch against colon cancer. Hicken here for the Borland Gruber Foundation. If you're 45 or older, the ball is in the red zone to get screened. The key to surviving colon cancer, early detection and prevention. 45 is the new 50. Get screened for colon cancer now. The Borland Gruber Foundation is a nonprofit organization devoted to building a healthy and equitable community that is free from colon cancer. Visit BorlandGruberFoundation.com for more.
A lot of companies will tell you they're the best. At Custom Tree Surgeons, they show you every time. Custom Tree Surgeons has built an all-pro team. Every tree service professional has years of experience, continually trained and certified. They know what, when, and how to handle any job. It gets done efficiently and quickly by a team of experts. So for tree trimming, removal, stump grinding, and emergency services, forget any name other than Custom Tree Surgeons. There is no job they can't do better. Go to website CustomTreeSurgeons.com. That's CustomTreeSurgeons.com, and let them show you how the job is supposed to get done.
Pre-game Friday.
Built by Dream Finders Homes. Homes built to fit your lifestyle on 1010XL.
If you're looking for the best in indoor air quality, I've got the experts to call. Florida Home AC, the official AC provider of the Jaguars, specializing in the best air quality for your home or work with the Remy Halo. Instead of waiting for pollutants to travel through the ductwork to be neutralized, the Halo cell releases friendly oxidizers every time your fan blows air, helping those in your home that suffer from allergies and other respiratory issues. Call 777-4300 for Florida Home AC and start enjoying cool comfort and clean air.
DivorceMenOnly.com. This is Kenny Lay of Kenny Lay & Associates. Our firm specializes in representing men in family law. That's all we do. That's our only focus. We can help with all of your family law needs, such as divorce, custody, alimony, and child support. For over a decade, we have helped thousands of men with these types of issues. We even have an appellate division ready to challenge a judge's ruling. If you need a family law attorney, go to DivorceMenOnly.com. DivorceMenOnly.com. Offices, Jacksonville.
Huddle up at Hurricane Grill and Wings, where every day is game day. Dig into fan-favorite dishes and new shareables, including carne asada loaded fries, hot honey wings, and boom boom sliders. Try new cocktails like the spicy Guavarita and the Red Bullarita, or enjoy bucket specials featuring Miller Lite, Modelo Especial, and High Noon during all pro and college football games. Don't miss out. Grab your friends and family and swing by Hurricane Grill and Wings and see what everyone's cheering about. HurricaneWings.com.
One of college football's most storied programs.
Get the latest from the Tallahassee Tribe on the Seminole Report.
Brought to you by your local Ag Pro, your home team. Stay close to the Seminoles on 1010XL.
Brackish Vodka, the official vodka of UNF Athletics, 100% made in Jacksonville, is available at all local liquor stores. Visit Browdy's, Total Wine, ABC, Shores, Golden, Sahara's, Golden Ox, and more. Drink our gluten-free San Francisco Spirit award-winning vodka and see why it's the smoothest vodka you can buy. When you drink Brackish Vodka, you support all of our local employees, and all the money stays in Jacksonville. Drink Brackish Vodka and live life slightly salty. Proud partner of the Jaguars.
The Golf Club of Southampton has plenty going on, from a great round to a round with your buds, soaking up some football and great grub. Every Saturday and Sunday at Southampton, enjoy their game day special. Wings tossed in your favorite sauce and a cold pitcher of beer. Membership opportunities to take advantage of, too. Join Southampton with a paid initiation, and you'll get a $500 gift card. Perfect for golf, pro shop purchases, or the clubhouse. Check it out. It's all happening at the Golf Club of Southampton.
Hey folks, Captain Kevin Favor here with a question. What would you put in your dream backyard paradise? A cozy fire pit? A top-notch outdoor kitchen? A luxurious fireplace? Or a stylish pergola? If you can dream it, CSS Fireplaces and Outdoor Living can build it. They're your one-stop shop for everything you need, from designing and building your dream outdoor kitchen to crafting the perfect fireplace. CSS is ready to turn your outdoor space into a breathtaking retreat. CSS has delivered high-quality, long-lasting dream projects to their customers since 2008. But now, it's time for them to build your dream. Call CSS Fireplaces and Outdoor Living today, 904-389-2700, or visit cssoutdoor.com to see their impressive work. Don't miss out. CSS Fireplaces and Outdoor Living, 904-389-2700.
You dream it, we build it. CSS.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Now, Captain Kevin Favor's Fishing Report. Brought to you by CSS Fireplaces and Outdoor Living. You dream it, we build it. On 1010XL.
All right, it's bringing my guy, Kevin Faber. A wiggle on the hotline. Like a worm wiggling on a hook. Good morning, Kev. How we doing?
Morning, buddy. How are you this morning?
These are the kind of days that would not frustrate me. That's probably not the right word. There's some hardships to fishing this time of year when you get those wild temperature changes from the time you start your day to when you're in the middle of it, you know?
Yeah, it was. I didn't fish this week.
Good for you.
I was talking.
Good answer.
To my guys that they had a 3-boat charter on Wednesday, and you remember Wednesday, started about mid-morning.
Yeah, that's the day it got cold.
Yeah. But they were, they tried to get that, 2 or 3 hours in, and they said the fishing was phenomenal before that storm, but they all got caught in it. Just miserable, and none of those guys have T-tops, so everybody's soaking wet. You got to run.
Well, at least they had fish to eat.
It just, it is what it is. That's kind of, par for the course this time of the year, buddy.
Are you hunting?
No,
you're just hanging out. Just
okay. So literally the last 2-3 weeks been prepping for the Christmas show tomorrow. Thank goodness it's.
We've had people call this week. They are ready for the big outdoor extravaganza.
Oh my word, bro! It's gonna be. It's. You remember when your kids were? Let's just say they were like 5 to 10 when Christmas was just a massive deal, and you spent weeks and weeks of prepping and putting stuff under the tree and presents and they get up at 6 o'clock in the morning and by 7 o'clock it's done.
Right.
All that work.
Yeah.
It's like, damn.
And it is, you literally just like, even though you haven't done it, it's like this exhaustion comes over you, like you just ran a marathon and you finally got to the finish line. You've been running on adrenaline and caffeine for about 48 hours especially.
We have so much stuff.
I can still remember the day, Kevin, back in the day when I was a kid. Mm-hmm. Big, big companies would have big company Christmas parties, and I mean, you got dressed up, you wore a tie, and you went, you sat in a theater, and they did some awards, and all the kids got to walk up on stage and get a nice gift. At least back in the day, like if you were a boy and you walked up, they gave you a big Tonka truck. Whatever the girls got, God bless them. But I remember those days. It was like a little slice of the 50s still lingering is what it felt like. So,
and this is just all about sponsors and all about listeners.
Yeah. Where is it? I don't want to speak out of turn. Is it where it's always been?
Yeah, Ring Power.
Ring Power. Okay, I didn't want to say if it weren't, but down there at World Golf.
Only place we've ever found that has enough parking.
Yeah.
So.
And y'all give away. Tell folks what it is. To be honest,
I mean, literally, it's a matter of like all of our sponsors donate something, and I shouldn't say that. I mean,
not koozies either, gang. So stay tuned.
Dude, I have 2 outboards to give away tomorrow. Outboards.
Wow. What is an outboard? What is it? What is a typical outboard? If you go over to the outboard store and buy one today, what would it set me back?
So I have a 4 horsepower Yamaha, and I've got a basically 3 horsepower Honda, and both of them are the Honda's around like 1,500.
Wow.
And then the Yamaha's 20.
So excuse my ignorance. What size boat do you put? That just goes on a.
Mostly either a John boat.
John boat. That's what I thought. But that's perfect, man. I mean, that's a big upgrade. Yeah.
Yeah. From a trolling boat or whatever you have on there.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow.
I mean, so these.
What's the process? How do you give stuff? I mean, how does it work? Because I know it's just. I remember Beef used to do it with y'all, and he would just come back frazzled like he just was at the circus.
Yeah. So literally, all you got to do is show up and put your name in the hat.
Wow. I might send my kids down there. Are they eligible? What's the 1010XL rules?
I've got so much stuff from Strike Zone and everybody for kids, man.
Oh, man.
So the kids are going to walk out happy. The adults, and by the way, I have over $10,000 worth of charter trips to give away.
Wow, man! Wow, what? Okay, so get there early. What time? Y'all go at 7?
We go 7 to 10.
That's what I thought.
And I'm not being political or whatever, but it's kind of like a Trump rally.
Yeah.
People get there way early.
Yeah, I hear you. Yeah, they're ready. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I believe it.
And bring a chair.
Huh.
Bring a little blanket or something. I mean, it's supposed to be like 58, 59.
But folks just hang out and you all do the show and you visit with them. It's like a celebration. It's like basically it's like your convention. It's like the outdoor show convention and giveaways and fun and. They
CSS Fireplaces Outdoor Living. They're going to be cooking metal sausage and eggs and bacon and biscuits.
I just looked at the law too. You are allowed to even have a couple of beers. I just looked. It is allowed. No one's going to judge. No judgment zone.
Yeah, the outdoor show.
Some of those boys have been up since about us 3:34 in the morning. Yeah, it's noon at 8 o'clock, right?
Yes.
All right. As to the as for the fishing, what's the best? Is the fishery completely flipped now? Are there certain things because of the cold, or where are we at?
The inshore fishing is still
the same.
Open.
Yeah,
it's still the same. I mean, all you got to do is find that window. The last 3 hours of the outgoing tide, first hour of the incoming tide, edge of the ditch, deep holes in the creeks. Same old. I mean, it's just been. We were talking about this last night on the forecast show, Jeff. It has been an awesome fall. I mean, like ever since we got through the hurricanes. Exactly.
Watching football like a dummy. Could have been catching fish.
Yeah, it could have been catching fish.
Maybe I'll go down tomorrow and win an outboard, buddy, and you'll see me out there next Saturday.
Come on, absolutely. Come put your name in the hat.
Throw me a John boat too while we're at it.
Get something to eat. It's free coffee.
Oh no, I'm with you. No, listen. I'm not scared. Be careful.
That's right.
So all right. So inshore, we're just the same old tactics, and right as we've been talking, you're catching. They're everything from still catching red and trout and
trout, black drum and sheep's head.
And the sheep's head, particularly at the jetties, or are we catching the sheep's head around the docks?
No,
or both.
No, everything's been in the creek in the main ditch.
Wow.
There's. We haven't had the weather.
I didn't know the sheep's head came in like that, and also didn't know that they went out.
They have been. That's
Is that new?
We're talking about. Yeah. I mean, it kind of is. I mean, you always caught one or two.
Right. Around the dock.
We've got on bites of sheep's head up in the creeks and stuff. We're catching 10, 15 fish.
Wow.
Fun stuff.
Yeah, it's a good time of year, man. And the beautiful thing about Florida is, we may have a snap in the next 3 months that could keep you off for more than a few days, but there's always going to be a window, isn't it?
And by the way, the windows this time of year are beautiful. To put your jeans and your jacket on and have a bright sunshiny day with a little bit of little wind and a high of like 60. Oh,
Listen, I've done 3 or 4 with Kev, and I'm ready to do another one when he pulls the trigger. And so I would recommend anyone out there, Kev, or any of these other guys, you get out in your own boat. You're right about that. It gets beautiful in the middle of the day, mid morning especially, if you find the right day. Right? You don't go when the high's going to be 48.
Hey, you know what? We live here.
Yeah. Fair.
You literally can look at a 10-day forecast.
That's correct.
And
get a good idea.
And have a good idea.
Well, especially this time of year, the 10-day forecast can stick more accurately. In the summer, it's hard to look 10 because those thunderstorms come.
They may miss a front by a few hours or something like that.
Yeah.
But for the most part, you're absolutely right. If you see where it's going to be northwest at 5 on Monday, a bright sunshine, you can almost book it. Those are the days you're looking for. So, E, you going to come see us in the morning?
E, man, they got freebies.
Man, I might have to pull up, man.
E wants to go fishing, too. I need to take him surf fishing.
Yep.
He keeps...
I talked to Captain Kev about that, too, man. I'm trying to get out on that water.
Yeah. We're going to make it happen.
Yeah, and if you need the Coast Guard, you can just go to the bat phone and you'll be good to go.
Beep, beep.
Yeah. Hey, Kev, enjoy tomorrow, man. I appreciate what y'all do out there. I know it does take everyone will have fun, but I know there's a lot of work on the backside that y'all put into this passion. So, Merry Christmas to you and the family as well. We'll talk to you next Friday.
All right, buddy. Have a great day.
All right, my brother. Yep, you too. There he goes. That's Captain Kevin Favor. Best in the business. All right, the biggest fish in the college football pond is, I guess, dependent on who's telling the fish story. Here's what I mean. I really wonder about the Heisman votee and how it's going to shake out exactly. Like, take Travis Hunter. I don't know how at the College Football Awards show you can win the Bednarik Award as the best defensive player in college football, not DB, and you can win the Bolitnikoff Award as the best receiver in college football. Same dude is voted as the best defensive player in the entire country and the best receiver in college football as well. I don't know what else would properly describe the best player in college football than being voted best on both sides of the football. So there you go, right? Travis Hunter. He's going to be your Heisman, right? Oh, he was also the AP College Football Player of the Year. He got 26 of the 43 votes. But then there's something called the Maxwell Award. There's something called the Doak Walker Award. Doak Walker goes to the nation's top running back. Well, that's pretty easy. Ashton Jeanty has 2,497 rushing yards and 29 touchdowns. With Boise in the playoffs, he could very well set the single-season all-time record. It's never more than anyone who's ever carried the football in the history of college football, thousands upon tens of thousands of names. So he won the Doak Walker. That's easy. But what now? Jeanty won the Maxwell Award as college football's top player, which is often an indicator of the Heisman. So it's going to be a fascinating vote when it's released. I guess that's probably a week from Saturday when we get the Heisman winner. Does that sound right? I don't know. It's usually now, man. It's not. Is it this weekend?
You see,
probably not. But they pushed it back because the Heisman used to be the week after the SEC championship game. I mean, without fail. I mean, if it's not this week, really, we're pushing it back to almost Christmas, which would not seem to be the time to have those kids up there, right? Christmas time, holiday time. You got maybe the playoff is changing things. I wouldn't think so, but maybe because they turn right around and play next week. Although Hunter at least wouldn't be a part of that. I don't know. When is the Heisman? What's it say?
It say Saturday, December 14th.
Yeah, so this week, huh?
Oh, snap.
So the Heisman's this weekend. Okay. Makes sense.
It makes sense with all these awards coming out. Yeah.
Sorry, I'm just digesting a text here I've got from the Riley Report, who will join us in the, let me call him in the break. Get squared. I tell exactly what we got going on. So anyway, yeah, the College Football Awards last night, and both Jeanty and Travis Hunter gave all indications that it wouldn't be a surprise at all if they were the Heisman winner. I do still think it will play out more like that AP Player of the Year vote. I don't know this for sure, and it'll be interesting on Monday to get Dan's opinion on who he voted for. There are so many votes now, man, just thousands and thousands and thousands that it's hard to get any kind of consensus from, the ones that did put votes in. But, yeah, the Heisman coming up tomorrow. And I think, like I say here, Hunter, AP college football player, he got 26 of the 43. Genty got 16. Cam Scadaboo got him one. You can go, Scadabo.
Go ahead.
Ask Scadabo who the best running back in college football. He told y'all last week, didn't he?
Did.
Let's come back with a football fix. Oh, what a snoozer of a Thursday night. And it put the Niners probably into a coma for the remainder of 2024. Other headlines from the NFL. We got a busy day still ahead of us. Riley Report in the 7 o'clock hour, Whisper in the 8 o'clock hour, Gator Bowl folks in the 9 o'clock hour. We got the Friday 5-pack today and much more. Thanks for being up and at 'em with us. You're listening to The Drill on a GFL Friday.
The Drill on 1010XL. From the studios of Republic Services, we'll handle it from here.
Hi, this is Jeff Norman.
And I'm Mike Jones.
And we are the owners of Duck Duck Rooter Plumbing, Septic, and Air Conditioning.
With the holiday season upon us, we want to take a moment to wish you all a very Merry Christmas and say thank you to our amazing customers.
We're so grateful for the trust you place in us each year. It's been a pleasure serving you, and we hope you have a wonderful holiday season with family and friends.
And remember, if you have any issues, we'll be here to help throughout the holidays and beyond.
Merry Christmas from all of us at Duck Duck Rooter.
Get this thing unwrapped here. Duval!
Praz, what in the world are you doing working on your Duval?
That's right, man. I really identify with Duval.
You live in St. John's County, knucklehead.
I mean the Duval sub, the Daily Stash Duval. Turkey, ham, melted cheddar, and habanero jack cheeses. Lettuce, tomato, crispy and fresh, like me. I'm sure there's a Daily Stash sub that sums you up.
The boss.
Because, of course,
oven roasted beef, Munster cheese, roasted mushrooms, caramelized onions. It's the boss of all subs. Only available for me.
That's just not true.
What do you mean? I walked in the other day, screamed, "You know it," and said, "A boss for a boss."
Well, no matter who you are, there is a Daily Stash sandwich or sub for you.
Go find yours. They may even make you a boss.
I'm sure they will, because it is Daily Stash.
Where more is better.
And you got that right.
Hi, this is Dale Murray with Murray Automotive Group in Stark and Kingsland. Save yourself from those big city dealers and their fast-talking flim-flam tactics. No matter what your automotive need is, we've got you covered. Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and nobody beats our prices, and I mean nobody. Shazam! Plus our exclusive 15-year, 150,000-mile warranty included on every qualified vehicle. And we'll trade anything from AirPods to fishing rods. Compare our prices online at ShazamAuto.com. Then come see me, Dale Murray. I'll be waiting for you. Shazam!
I've known Glenn Coleman for a long time as a friend and a lawyer. Persistent and fair, Glenn and his firm have represented clients from North Florida and South Georgia for over 40 years in all kinds of personal injury cases. If I had such a case, call Glenn at Barnes & Cohen.
Now that's what I call high-quality H2O. If you want high-quality water in your home at a fair price that won't scare you to death, then talk to someone who knows water and is not a pushy salesman. Contact your local water boy, Keith. I install premium equipment and can repair or even rebuild your existing system. In a business known for aggressive sales tactics, let me show you how my approach is different. If you've got any water problems, contact the water boy at waterboyjack.com.
Ever wonder how you can transform your living spaces into captivating works of art? At First Coast Lighting and Fans, they offer a huge selection of high-quality products to match your desire for elegance, quality, and uniqueness. Visit their showroom on Phillips Highway at the Avenues and step into a world of quality without compromise. Discover the difference that locally owned expertise makes and let them help you experience the transformation from average to extraordinary. At First Coast Lighting and Fans.
Googa Nation, it's Dreamfinders Danny Hicken here to tell you this is no dream. The folks at Dreamfinders Homes right now have an unbeatable interest rate for you. You may not think you can afford a Dreamfinders home. Well, think again. Take advantage of a 2.99% year one rate. I said it, 2.99%. 15 Jacksonville communities to choose from. Find that dream house and take advantage of an unbeatable rate. Move now, literally. Dreamfinders Homes, the official home builder of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
All right, here we go.
Former Jaguars QB David Garrard joins Jaguars Today to talk Jags.
All right, guys.
Mondays on 1010XL.
Let's go, Googans. Let's go, Googans.
Brought to you by WaterboyJacks.com.
What is that?
Hello, First Coast. I'm sure by now you have seen our bright green GFL trucks and containers throughout the greater Jacksonville area. We're an industry leader in solid waste and would love the opportunity to earn your business. We're committed to customer service, reliability, and have an unwavering focus on safety. Whether commercial or construction, let us haul your waste away. Call 904-760-5880 to get a quote today from GFL, Green for Life.
For lost or broken keys or nearly any make and model of vehicle, call 722-1111 for
Instant Keys. Instant Keys. You don't have to go to the dealer. Instant Keys comes to you.
Prosser here for Lifetime Flooring. You've heard us rave about Lifetime Enclosures. Now let's talk about Lifetime Flooring. I can tell you firsthand, the products, services, best in Jacksonville. As you know, updating your floors is one of the most dramatic changes you can make to your home. Call the experts at Lifetime Flooring now and ask about their buy one room, get one room free promotion through Christmas. 0% financing available to meet any budget. Visit their beautiful showroom just off Phillips Highway. And as always, tell them Prosser sent you.
Baloo here for Smoonez Vision. Why Smoonez Vision? Well, I've been with Dr. Neil Smoonez now since I got back to Jacksonville in 2006. 37 years of experience he has. Smoonez Vision is a family organization that focuses on personal high-quality medical and surgical eye care. Dr. Catherine Smoonez is fellowship-trained in cornea and cataract surgery and all refractive surgery. Combined, that's 30 years plus in laser eye surgery. Visit SmoonezVision.com today. Here you can see.
This is Dr. Kevin Kaplan, head team physician for your Jacksonville Jaguars. Here's the latest update on the Jags, brought to you by Baptist Health and JOI.
Jag OC Press Taylor has decided good things happen when wide receiver Brian Thomas Jr. gets the ball.
We're going to force him the ball at some point in time, and you don't always want to go that way, but we felt like that was something we needed to do.
Defensive coordinator Ryan Nielsen remarked on the challenge of facing Aaron Rodgers.
He can make every throw, ball's coming out quick. It's going to be a huge challenge, as it is every time you play him. Still playing at a high level.
JTA Game Day Express is back. Save gas and avoid parking hassles as the Jaguars take on the New York Jets this Sunday. Let them do the driving with multiple locations around town, and My Pass is starting at just $10 on the MyJTA app. To learn more, visit jtafla.com. That's your Jacksonville Orthopedic Institute Jaguar update. I'm Sam Nelson.
XL is presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
All right, we're back on a GFL Friday. That's Green for Life. Those bright green trucks and cans out there serving the First Coast area. Captain Kev has sent me an emergency text this morning on the drill hotline. He omitted to relay one of the giveaways tomorrow that he thought our audience would be particularly interested in addition to the outboard motors and, you know, the big green eggs and every other thing they're giving away. Also, giving away, by the way, these are just giveaways. You put your name in a hat. These aren't raffles. These aren't buying squares. It's just giveaways. Just get lucky. But they have golf for two at the stadium course with Kev and former PGA Tour pro Blaine McAllister. That's for showing up. So have fun with the boys on the outdoor show tomorrow down there at Ring Power. That's World Golf Village area. And as you heard Kev say, you might want to arrive early. All right, the Jags back on the field this weekend. What we're trying to get some development from young guys. We spent a second-round draft pick on a defensive tackle last year, and you want to know why the Rams are 8-6 coming off of their win last night, and the Jags continue to flounder. The Rams lost Aaron Donald on the defensive line before last year. Aaron Donald, the best defensive lineman interior maybe of all time, certainly in the conversation. And what have they done? 2 years in a row have drafted guys that are dominant forces already in the league. That's what you do. That's how you expect
high draft picks to perform. So, Jared Verse, listen, by the way, there are no asterisks here. Our investments have been in Mason Smith, Jordan Jefferson, Lacey. What are we getting? Because the Rams are getting all rookies and double-digit sacks and imposing players. And here we are, literally with like a minute left in the season, still waiting on Mason Smith, a second-rounder, to make a play. Not even active for probably half the games this year, but a lot more snaps last week at Tennessee. And these comments from defensive coordinator Ryan Nielsen heading into Sunday's game.
Really his block recognition and reaction, seeing it faster. I mean, it's such a big thing that he, when you see the block, how you react to it and go attack it, and so, started out in OTAs in camp and then working all the way through. He's gotten a lot better, using his hands, getting off blocks, things like that.
All right, on the offensive side of the ball, it has just been dreadful. Averaging 11 points a game the last 4 games. This would not set up to be a get-well Sunday. The Jets are bad like the Jags. They're both 3-10, and offensively they've been every bit the disappointment, especially considering they got Breece Hall and Devontae Adams and Garrett Wilson. Why the Jets are struggling on offense is confusing. Because defensively, now they've not come up big in the big moments, but they're 4th overall in total defense, this Jets defense. So this isn't an equal matchup of 2 3-10 teams. There's one team that's terrible on both sides of the ball. That'd be ours. There's another who's terrible on offense and not so much on defense. Here's offensive coordinator Press Taylor, who's going to have to, get more than the 4-game average. Let's just say that.
They play incredibly fast. First of all, the defensive line just getting off the ball, jetting, penetrating into the backfield. The defensive ends getting up the field. And then just the D tackles burst off the ball and being able to penetrate gaps. And then you see everything play off of that. The second level flows sideline to sideline as well as anybody we've seen. So they're trying to put a dent in your offensive line, and then those guys clean everything up pretty quickly. The back end's aggressive. They do a good job. There's not a ton of disguise, but enough things look the same to where you're not really sure until post-snap what the coverage is going to be. So I think just the number one thing that jumps off the tape is how fast they play.
I am going to save the football fix for just a little bit later. We've confirmed with Riley, the Riley Report. We're going to do that pretty much straight up 7 o'clock. So there are some NFL storylines we're sinking our teeth into just a little bit more. So let's push the football fix back. Let me look at my schedule here. Probably let's do it in maybe an hour from now. All right? We'll do Riley. We'll do the 10-minute drill. We'll do the football fix. We'll have the quarterback whisperer. Then we'll offer up today's Friday 5-pack. We got the Gator Bowl folks in the 9 o'clock hour. Lots of football, lots of stuff going on and percolating out there, not just in the football world, but in the sports world overall. I will mention this Jaguar-related story, and this probably makes me more happy than it should in a pure heart. Did you see how much this Al-Shaair suspension is going to end up costing the Texans linebacker?
No.
Team continues to stand behind their embattled dirty hit shot artist. They call him a, quote, player. A hefty price. I hope it goes to, I hope he appeals it, has to spend some more money on the appeal, and then the appeal's denied. I hope he hasn't managed his money well, and this is going to put him in arrears until next year's contract. Our guy's knocked out for the year there, headhunter, liar. That's what's so disgusting about the whole Houston thing. It's just how they framed it. Just lied right through their teeth. Bunch of liars. Dirty, rotten Texans. Anybody but Houston. What a dirty, malicious, ridiculously unnecessary hit. On a guy for no reason, by the way. Just gross. And the Texans surrounding him. Yeah, don't speak to his heart. All right, we'll let the video evidence point to that. But you ready for this? If you, like me, are vengeful about this particular topic as a Jaguars fan, maybe this number will tickle you too. You ready?
Yeah, hit me.
Al-Shaair's suspension is going to cost the Texans linebacker $9 million in guarantees.
Sheesh.
Huh? Hope it was worth it there, tough guy. Yeah. Beat him up on the sideline, buddy. Hit him right in the mouth. It's only going to cost you $9 million. What a dodo, man. Are you kidding me? Think about what I just said. Your irresponsibility, your incredible lack of sportsmanship and brotherhood is costing you $9 million? How do we get to that number, you ask? Well, there's default language in his contract. $9 million in guaranteed salary for 2025 will now automatically void due to his 3-game suspension by the NFL. Let's see how much the Texans are standing behind the guy now. A source with knowledge of the contract has revealed these numbers. This is on top of he's missed basically $1 million in game checks for the 3-game suspension. The Texans signed Alshire last year to a 3-year, $34 million deal. $21.5 was guaranteed. Because the $9 million in base salary for 2025 automatically voids, the option now exists for the Texans to release Alshire after this season at no cost. Doesn't mean they'll move on. A source says, by the way, they have no plans on cutting him, and that so actually, it's kind of a misleading headline. It could cost him $9 million in guarantees. I guess it has cost him in guarantees, but it doesn't mean that the Texans won't honor that contract. Let's talk college ball. Make some sense of it from a guy who's, been in that arena, played in conference championship games and major bowl games. And I wonder what Riley would think of a 12-game, playoff, a 12-team playoff from the standpoint of, do you ever kind of wonder what if, Like if it were me, and I led Wake Forest to a conference championship and an unbelievable year in an Orange Bowl, as soon as the 12-team field were announced, I would immediately go back to that season and remind myself who the teams were and who would have been in our playoff and all that good stuff. Riley's probably too busy and accomplished to bother with that kind of stuff. This is The Drill. It's a GFL Friday. We turn our attention to hour number 2 next.
The Drill on 1010XL. From the studios of Republic Services, we'll handle it from here. Every NFL Sunday starts with a kickoff.
All you got to do is put your foot right through the ball.
After the game, we'll crown the special teams player of the game.
He is a difference maker now.
Brought to you by Crown Royal.
This is the last play of the game.
On 1010XL. Now you can watch 1010XL shows all day on X, Facebook, and YouTube. Brought to you by MyBookie. Experience Vegas from the comfort of your phone anytime, anywhere. Sign up today. Use promo code 1010XL.
Lauren Brooks here. Why buy from Hodges Mazda at the Avenues? Because they strive to ensure a satisfying and comfortable car buying experience. And now they're giving back. Hodges Mazda wants to say thank you to all educators, first responders, and healthcare providers by offering a complimentary oil change and car wash during the Mazda A Season to Move You event. Call today or schedule online at HodgesMazda.com. Come experience for yourself the Hodges Mazda difference. Free oil change not to exceed $79.99. Excludes diesel vehicles. Expires December 31st, 2024. See dealer for complete details.
Man, jack of all trades, masters of none? It just feels like at every turn nowadays, every company can do all work. Not us. Hi, Stevie Beatrice here, second-generation plumber right here in Jacksonville, Florida. We are your master plumbing company that only focuses on all your plumbing needs. So for your next plumbing job, don't call another Jack. Call Beatrice Plumbing, where plumbing is what we do and plumbing is what we're great at. Beatrice Plumbing, here to help.
Jimerson Burr is a full-service, Florida-based commercial law firm that has experience and capabilities to handle any legal issue a business is confronted with. Learn more about what they can do for you at jimersonfirm.com.
Hey, sports fans, it's Hayes Carline from MyBookie. Opportunity is knocking this weekend in the sports betting world, and MyBookie has all the action you want to take. This Sunday, 1 p.m., the New York Jets come to town as 3.5-point favorites to beat your home team. Neither team is playing particularly well with a 40.5-point game total. Take the under in this one. At 4 o'clock, we have maybe the game of the year. The Bills at the Lions. The Lions are favored by 2.5 at home. The game total is a whopping 54.5. Everybody is going to want action on this game, so pay attention to the prop bets and play the over on the Lions that you like for yardage and touchdowns. Sunday Night Football, the Packers travel to play the Seahawks. Give a strong look for the Packers to cover. The 2.5-point spread is underdogs. Sign up now at MyBookie and get a double deposit bonus that doubles your money on your very first deposit up to $1,000. Make yourself a winner this weekend with MyBookie, and don't forget that promo code 1010XL.
home of the Jacksonville Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach. We know how much you love to shop. We're the same way. That's why 1010XL has your holiday gift guide. You'll find great gift ideas from Kuhn Flowers, Beards Diamonds, and Rethreaded. Start shopping at 1010XL.com.
This is David Lane. After suffering through several painful injuries to my shoulder, back, and knees, I've taken my issues to Southeast Orthopedic Specialists, and without fail, they've been a tremendous help towards solving my problems. If you have any orthopedic situations, don't procrastinate. Take action today. Give those aches and pains to the pros at Southeast Orthopedic Specialists. You'll be glad you did.
Relieve pain and get back to life. Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
You don't have to be a football star to get a signing bonus. The team at Republic Services needs your skills, and they're paying up to $5,000 for you to join the roster. You'll be joining a winner. As an essential business, the Republic Services trucks have not stopped rolling with hourly and weekly pay and better benefits and vacation packages than the rest of the league. Driver trainees, $1,000 sign-on bonus. CDL drivers, $3,000. Diesel mechanics, $5,000 bonus. Join the winning team at Republic Services today. Visit republicservices.com.
Equal opportunity employer. Bud Light and everyone at Anheuser-Busch want to remind you to get home safely every time. People are counting on you on the road and at home. Plan ahead with safe rides and don't forget to hydrate between beers. Bud Light encourages everyone to enjoy responsibly and socialize safely.
Icebreakers Bar and Grill in the Community First Igloo is the coolest place in town for lunch and dinner. Watch the game with a wide selection of local beers, cocktails, wings, burgers, ribs, and more. Enjoy with family and friends at Emerson and I-95.
Discover luxury storage life at The Shed, opening soon in Atlanta Beach, for a place to store your cars, boats, and toys. A place for an office, a golf simulator, or a man cave. AC and plumbing available. The list of premium uses is endless. Take a tour on Instagram or go to theshedjacks.com.
Here's your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update, sponsored by Baker Glass. The undefeated Florida men's basketball team will jump it off tomorrow against the tough Arizona State team.
This Arizona State team's really, really talented. And they've got good size, good quick guards, and that's going to be a really, really tough game.
You can hear the game live starting with the pregame at 3 on 1010XL 92.5 FM. The Florida High School Athletic Association Championship number 4 is the goal when the Reigns Vikings kick off the Class 3A final against Miami Northwestern Bulls. It all goes down in Miami's Pit Bull Stadium at 7:30 on Saturday. The state of Florida will be well represented for this year's Heisman Trophy presentation. 3 of the 4 finalists have ties to the state. University of Miami's Cam Ward, West Palm Beach native Travis Hunter, and running back Aston Genty, born right here in Jacksonville. And that's your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update. I'm Sam Nelson.
Currently it's 7 a.m. and it's 51 degrees. Your time and your tip is brought to you by Bueller Air and Plumbing. Stay cool with Bueller.
1010XL is presented by Farrah and Farrah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Now, another great guest on the Garber Auto Mall phone line.
Hello.
We can wiggle it. And now, Catlin Truck Accessories brings you the Riley Report with Riley Skinner on 1010XL.
All right, we're back on a GFL Friday. Go right to the hotline here. My man's busy. I don't even know where he is. I got you. My man Riley Skinner on the hotline. Wiggle, wiggle. Hello, Riley. Good morning. Where are you? You're always on the go, man.
Morning, Pross.
That stage of life. You always got something, coaching and parenting and working.
Working. We're a little work trip with some clients. We're out of town.
Okay. Well, I appreciate your hustle. I know Catlin Truck Accessories does as well, as they bring you this week's Riley Report.
How you been, man?
I've been good, bro. We've misconnected here for a couple 3 weeks. How about you?
I know.
Life good?
I know. Great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was looking. You know what I did? I had a little fun because I know you're indisposed. I didn't want to make you do any research on the fly, but I thought to myself, man, I wonder what it would have been like for old Riles if back in 2006 there had been a 12-team playoff. Have you ever done that?
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Have you looked at it?
we probably would have got smoked.
Have you ever looked at it? Have you gone back and looked at
We would not have been. You're saying at the end of the year before they play the bowl games?
You would have been right. You would have been look, as ACC champion, you would have been in. Doesn't matter where you're ranked. You may have been a 12 seed, but you would have been.
You're saying looking back at previous years in the current.
Like if you took the 2006 season and you applied the final rankings to you and your team as conference champions, you would have been in a 12-team playoff.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I'm guessing you would have been the 12 seed.
Think more of what would have happened with NIL around in 2000.
Actually, I got bad news.
2009.
I got bad news. You would have been an 11 seed, and the matchup, at least if it went by this final ranking, would have put you against Louisville. And I think we saw how that went.
Yes, it did.
Right? Isn't that who you played in the Orange Bowl?
It was a close game. Yeah, that's who we played.
Yeah, that would have been your playoff matchup. But I digress. What did you think? I'm curious what you thought of. Obviously, there's flaws. There's holes in the system. They had some real big misses. I mean, it was a really dumb setup to not think out some of these scenarios that ended up taking place. But can we agree that the number one flaw in the system is you can't give automatic qualifiers automatically the top 4 seeds? You can get them in, and that's fair. But just because you're in the Mountain West, you don't get to be a 3 seed. It's ridiculous.
That's the main flaw. I agree. I thought overall, though, I was fairly pleased with how it played out. I mean, for the first year at 12 teams, I felt like it was reasonable. Things were understood kind of going into conference championship weekend. And the one thing that happened of Clemson winning, which was, one, a crazy game, but two, that was the thing that was going to cause the most disruption from a decision-making standpoint. And honestly, I think they got it right. And I'm not saying that as an ACC guy and as a smaller school guy, but they never came out and said, do you value your wins or your losses more or less, right? And to me, I just can't unsee the Alabama losses, so I was fine with SMU. And other than that, other than Boise getting that automatic seed and 3 seed, I thought they did a pretty good job. I was okay with it.
Listen, the beauty of sports and the reason that we have great jobs in a thriving industry here is the subjectivity of it all, the debate that goes along with it. And for everyone that puts value or takes the value away from who you are capable of losing to, there's someone else who looks at a playoff and who you're going to be playing as it being more important. Who have you proven you can beat? Because you're not playing any bad teams in the playoff. You're prepared for the best, and there are certain teams that, with that as their focus, prove that a little bit more. But that's here nor there. Listen. Put yourself in a better position to win those last spots if that's going to be your argument. But I do have listen, and we can be proven wrong. I don't know. Indiana plays in a big league. I can stomach them a little bit more. I got a big problem with SMU, man, and here's why. You got your chance by getting your chance. You won in the playoff, beat Clemson, the weakest team in the playoff. That's the fact that hasn't been a stronger argument. Again, regardless of who you would replace them with. You just put a team in that playing a lackluster schedule with no ranked wins. You put a team in that that had their path. You got to beat Clemson and you're in. But instead, you lost to the worst conference champion that's out there. I don't understand the logic on SMU, but again, I don't, If you're Alabama or South Carolina or Ole Miss, beat Vanderbilt or Kentucky or somebody at home, right? I mean,
I guess the only thing I look at with SMU, and you're right, their wins are no bueno. They're no bueno. But if you look at the one loss was to who? An undefeated
BYU
at the time, BYU by 3 points,
and
then the Clemson. And the ACC championship by a last-second, 13-second, drive field goal. So they've played they beat Louisville, who beat the dog crap out of Kentucky, who beat Ole Miss, who beat Alabama.
Yeah, right. We
can do that.
Right.
And
we can't go down that hole. Yeah.
You're right. The wins don't jump off the page, but if you look at the wins, other than there was one close game.
They had it. Yeah, Duke. They got lucky and beat Duke on the road.
They beat them by them by 1. Yeah. Other than that, they beat everybody by 30.
I got you.
So
I see
look
all
at that and say, what else do you want me to do? I can't control
Here's what
other people's schedules.
My answer would be this. For all of the knocks against teams that lost their way out because they dropped an upset in the end of October, you're right here in December. Beat them and you're in. That would be my argument back. So, you had a chance. Don't argue that you deserve a chance when you just had that chance and prove to us you can't beat a playoff caliber team. By the way, the 12th seed. I mean,
True.
So
but Bama, you're a 21-point favorite.
I get all that. I'm not arguing.
Well, you can't make the argument about SMU without looking at both sides because you're arguing against.
No. I don't want to get into the argument. I would bet. I'll die on the wall that Alabama is more deserving and better than SMU, and that's because I
agree. If Alabama plays SMU 10 times, they're going to
or if Alabama played in the field, I think they could literally have a chance to win it. I'm not saying they would. I wouldn't pick them. SMU's not going to win. By the way, I'll put my money where my mouth is. Indiana and SMU going home round one with an ugly number. That's what I'm going to predict.
Well, they're the 12th seed.
Yeah.
This shouldn't be a shock.
Well, fair enough.
I will say this.
Yeah.
I will say this. I think SMU is going to be pretty good over the next few years. With
that guy's a good coach.
The NIL world where it is, and he's a good coach. But just the school itself, the amount of money they have to play with, and now being in the ACC,
it's a great year. It's a great year for them. I guess what's so shocking to me about it is we just don't have. It's just we've lost all perspective on sports because if SMU just had the exact same record in the conference that they played in last year, which quite frankly would not have been, because of the schedule that SMU drew in the ACC, would not have been much different than the one they played. They would have never even been considered as the non-group of 5 team at 11-2. So it's just weird, right? It's just weird.
It's weird.
Yeah.
It's weird, but it's also weird in a world of transfer and portal that when you get, all of a sudden they're in the ACC and they're going to start getting players in that portal that's not going to be the same team as it was when they were in the conference before. So I'm not saying they're going to go run through this playoff. I think other than beating Clemson, they did kind of everything they needed to do.
I hear you. That's fair.
Arizona State is fun to watch. I don't know if you watched that game against.
I did. I like. Everybody's in love with Scatabo, including Scatabo.
It's including himself.
Yeah, he's
right.
also
I like
very
that little quarterback. Isn't he a freshman? I think.
Yeah. They're fun.
They've been a fun little team to watch.
Yeah.
I think Indiana's going to get smoked. But anyway.
Yeah, I do too. And I whatever. Again, and maybe I'm wrong. Maybe we're wrong on these, and it's the fact that they haven't beaten a good teams because they didn't get the chance to play good teams. Indiana at least got one chance, and they got walloped. Although they were more competitive at Ohio State than maybe that score looks like. Anyway, but that being said, when you against the dynasty teams they'll be playing, your boy here will be rooting for Indiana and SMU. I'm not hating on them. I just and I'm not really invested in the bottom of this. Y'all want in, do better. I'm okay with that. So I got a question about North Carolina football, Riley. And forever we've heard that North Carolina is a sleeping giant, just as we heard about Florida before Steve Spurrier got there, just as we've heard about other programs. Yet North Carolina has nothing in their football history to indicate that they are said sleeping giant. I feel like
underachieving school behind maybe NC State.
Spoken like a true Wake grad. I think, Riley, this is like the crazy, morning talk show proclamation I'm going to make. This dude will be doing to the ACC in 2 years what Nick Saban did to the SEC for 12. That's how long it's going to take. Yes. 100%. So? Yes. Why not?
Wow.
If Jim Harbaugh can win a national title at Michigan, why in the world will Bill Belichick not dominate the ACC? Why will he not?
Because I don't see it. I don't see
What about it?
So I had a long conversation about this yesterday.
Okay.
I personally don't see, in this day and age, and the kids that come like I'm watching it in high school, and I'm watching the kids that go into college that we're coaching and then come back and hearing about the whole program. I just think there's got to be relatability from the head coach to the players. To me, Harbaugh is Harbaugh. Like, he's a quirky, funky, weird, funny, like, kids can get on board with that. Belichick is the complete opposite. Like, the complete opposite. And I think in this day and age,
seems to relate pretty well with 24-year-olds.
Want the fun, huh?
He seems to relate pretty well with 24-year-olds. What are you talking about? What age gap?
That's a bank account. But anyways,
But that's what the NIL brings too, by the way. Bank account.
I mean,
North Carolina can also help buy themselves back to relevance.
I mean, they're gonna tout. They're gonna bring. I'm sure they're gonna have Julian Edelman and Tom Brady. You can come train with us for a week.
Yeah, Gronk, all of them.
Those kind of things. It's going to be more dependent on who he gets on his staff, because
wasn't Nick Saban the same?
I just feel like these kids want fun. They want stuff. They want social media. They want all the NIL, the stuff. I just don't see him having the patience for that. In all honesty, I don't. I think they did the Mac Brown. It was like Mac Brown 2.0, and it's cool that he's in the ACC. Don't get me wrong. I love it. I have a hard time seeing a bunch of offensive guys wanting to go there.
Well, the only, I guess, argument I would have is you just described Nick Saban when he went to Bama. And none of those flaws, none of those perceptions.
Went to Bama, there was no NIL.
Yeah, okay. I get all that, but you don't think Bill Belichick is buttoned up enough with his 14 staff members to handle the NIL better than any other college football team is handling it? That's how I would answer that. Bill Belichick isn't going to be on, Candy Crush, buddy.
No,
he's going to be running football. He's going to be selling families all across the country. I saw there are like 4 top 50 players from North Carolina going to Oregon, Texas A&M, other places. He's going to sell them on bringing their skill set, having it developed to the point that they maximize their NFL careers. And it's going to be the first documented, advertised football factory. And who better to run it than a 6-time champion who's buttoned up to every degree? I think he's going to be incredibly successful. I think North Carolina will win the ACC within 3 years. And I think it'll be. I think it'll be next year.
We'll come back.
For sure.
We'll write this down and come back to it. I'm not saying I don't want them to be.
I got you.
Because I love. I mean, I almost said the wrong thing. I don't love North Carolina. I think North Carolina has so much to offer, and they need it. If they can get this, there is no school that I know in the Southeast that needs something like this than friggin' North Carolina. They have everything to offer, from academics to prestige to brand to money to where you're staying. I mean, where you live. Like, Chapel Hill is a phenomenal place. They have just crazy underachieved for years and years and years and years. And if he can do it, fantastic. It's going to be a great place to do it at. I just personally don't see it happening.
I'm shocked that I'm shocked that he took the college job. I thought it was all posturing.
I am too.
But Riley, look, this isn't a guy. I would stand on one thought that I have about all this. If you think that because of NIL or any of this, it's going to be a drawback, or not you, people, a roadblock to success for Bill Belichick, I couldn't disagree stronger. He'll be ahead of the curve on those things. Y'all acting like some 85-year-old man ain't coached since 1979. I mean,
no, I know.
Yeah, not you. I'm going to say, I'm saying the detractors.
How long? When did he last coach college?
Huh?
I mean, how long has it been since he's coached in college?
Oh gosh, I don't know. Has he even? I mean, I only know Bill Belichick as a Bill Parcells disciple in the NFL be years ago. Wasn't he on an Army staff actually at one point, or no? I'm not sure when Belichick coached in college or how much he has.
I'm just wondering. And again, I'm not in the room anymore up there, so I don't know how easy it is to handle the school part of it. But you go from you have full control of these NFL players. It is their job. They can be at the facility hours upon hours upon hours every day if they want. This is different. You got to deal with scheduling. You got to deal with kids in class, missing class. I don't know. I just wonder how that transition from NFL down to college, just the junk he's going to deal with more immature players and how he handles it. Maybe he sets them straight. Maybe he goes full Saban, and it's like you want to be in this facility. You want to be in this building. You want to be in this culture.
I agree with what you're saying.
You go to the door and get it over. You know what I mean?
I agree with what you're saying. I don't buy that that's any more of a challenge than it is or would be for Kirby Smart or Steve Sarkisian or anybody else who's coaching, big time football at this level. I wanted to ask you about a couple quarterbacks, and I'll let you go. I know you're busy. Yeah. You quarterbacked at a freshman level, and you know how hard it is. Yours was probably more unexpected than DJ Lagway, but no one expected him to go from learning the offense to being the driving force. And this season, I think it's important to categorize when it comes to Florida football. This isn't about Billy Napier and him suddenly finding it in his resurgence. He's a part of it. No, he's riding this is a DJ Lagway storyline. Florida was 7-5 and has a recruiting class and has hopes moving forward. It's 99% about DJ Lagway. Now, Napier brought him there. I'm just curious where you think Lagway's career, what he does next year. What kind of bounce would you expect from a guy that has his skill set and now his level of successful experience?
I think it's as high as a ceiling as you want, in my opinion. And you get a good recruiting class. Questions over whether he can translate right into college and be dominant. Like, he can be one of the best quarterbacks in the SEC, if not the country, if he wants. And he was very poised. I love his arm, love his mobility. You don't want to overhype it, but I just think he's got an incredible amount of talent, and I'd have really high expectations of his performance next year. It's going to be interesting to see, how they progress him, you're going to have a complete offseason manufacturing an offense around DJ Lagway, which they didn't have last year. It was more Graham Mertz, and it was if DJ comes in, great, and then you're week to week trying to manufacture stuff for him. Exactly. You're going to have an entire offseason that's huge. I'd have high expectations. I'm excited. I loved watching the kid play.
I saw one listing somebody ranked him the 14th best quarterback this year, and looking at next year, I think had him number 3rd ranked quarterback going in, and we know how important quarterbacks are. So, again, the reason I say it this way, let's be honest. If suddenly DJ Lagway couldn't play next year and they went with whoever the backup is, does anyone think Billy Napier is going to continue the rise and they'll be 10-2? No, it's DJ Lagway. And what's going to be crucial for Napier is making sure that he's got the next DJ Lagway to come behind him. Because the first year he doesn't, see Mike Norvell and FSU with Jordan Travis.
Yep, 100%.
So we'll see. All right. Speaking of FSU, tell Knowles fans what they're getting with Castellanos. I know that you've watched him, in the ACC at Boston College, and we all saw him have a really good game, maybe a career game against the Knowles last year, but he kind of walked away from his team. He kind of went to Devondre Campbell, Riley. So
I'll be honest, man. I kind of got down on him towards the second half of the year. I mean, started off electric. I just have so many questions when somebody bounces on your team and gives them the peace sign midway through the year like that. Yeah. That bothers me. It says a ton about character, it says a ton about leadership, and to me, it's just all I see is a me guy.
It was a strange signing for me.
Huh?
I was surprised FSU went there. It did not seem to fit any kind of.
But he's kind of Jordan Travis-esque, though. I mean, size-wise, mobility-wise, he's kind of got that same game style and playing style. So maybe that's where they were going of can you 2.0 that whole thing with Jordan and use the same kind of offensive philosophy and scramble drill and get him out of the pocket and all that. Maybe. You look at the guy the character that Jordan Travis was and had and is, and then a guy that just bounced on his team when things weren't going his way. He wasn't playing as good. He got benched for a little bit. I don't know. That doesn't seem like locker room guy that's going to rally the team.
I wonder. Yeah, I wonder. All right, Riley, appreciate you taking some time out on your quote business trip. We'll talk to you next week. Oh, what do you got, Army? What? We don't have a lot there to offer when it comes to the roll and lock. Brought to you by.
No, we don't.
But there is Army Navy. Who you got? Just you.
Oh man,
we got Army, right? 6-point favorites.
I love Monken, man. I got to go Army.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, I got the Belichick. Belichick has never coached in college. His first job was the special assistant with the Baltimore Colts. Then he went to the Lions and some assistant jobs, and then really got going when he hooked up with Parcells with the Giants in the 70s. But I knew there was a tie in service academies. His father, Bill Belichick's dad, was a coach at Navy. So Belichick was raised in Annapolis. His father was an assistant at the Naval Academy. So there you go. Drop a little knowledge.
That checks out for his coaching style.
Doesn't it? All right, Riles. Appreciate you, man. Have a great weekend.
All right, see you, Frost.
All right, there you go. Let's come back with a 10-minute drill with some of the other sports headlines and highlights. You're listening to The Drill on a GFL Friday.
The Drill from the studios at Republic Services. We'll handle it from here.
Can you make picks like a pro?
Yes!
Make the best picks and win a pizza party from Salvatore's Pizza at Tapestry Park.
Are we doing this?
Play 1010XL's weekly pick'em.
We'll say yes.
You pick 'em at 1010XL.com.
Hi, this is Dale Murray with Murray Automotive Group in Stark and Kingsland. Save yourself from those big city dealers and their fast-talking flim-flam tactics. No matter what your automotive need is, we've got you covered. Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and nobody beats our prices, and I mean nobody. Shazam! Plus our exclusive 15-year, 150,000-mile warranty included on every qualified vehicle. And we'll trade anything from AirPods to fishing rods. Compare our prices online at ShazamAuto.com. Then come see me, Dale Murray. I'll be waiting for you. Shazam!
Hey everybody, it's Mike Dempsey. Here in North Florida, you know that when temperatures go up and your AC goes out, you need help now. Like right now. Like lickety-split. So why not call Lickety Split and get same-day emergency service for your AC? Now, I bet you've seen their trucks all over town because they've got dozens of certified technicians ready to repair not only your AC, but your home's plumbing and electrical too. So when you want it done right and you need it done right now, call Lickety Split, AC, plumbing, and electric.
So one of life's most important decisions. If you're 18 years or older, you just got married, you just got divorced, you have children, you likely want to take care of your family. Of course you do. Hicken here from Matt Hinson in the Hinson Law Firm. I'm not the attorney yet. But have you done your last will? It's not the most comfortable thing. It's not the most fun thing to do. Something you need to do besides getting your assets to the people that you want them to go to. Planning helps minimize income, gift, and estate taxes as well. Matt Hinson will listen to help you with some tough decisions. He'll provide you the info needed so you are at ease with your choice. The Hinson Law Firm. You have questions? Maddie's got answers. 904-527-1700. 527-1700. Office in Jacksonville, Florida. And don't let the state decide your fate.
Cigar smokers, All-Pro Lyman Leon Cersei here for my favorite spot, Cigars International. The Cigars International Superstore is now open at the Town Center, a massive 6,200 square feet with over 600 cigar brands. A full-service bar and indoor and outdoor lounges with flat-screen TVs. Give their old-fashioned a try. It's the best that I've ever had. Follow on social for holiday specials and events. Cigars International is now open at the Town Center.
Want to be up close and personal with the Jaguars as they take the field? Here's your chance to be in the shadows, outside the Jaguars locker room, now called The Vault. Enter today at everbank.com/shadows. One winner and a guest for every home game at Everbank Stadium. No purchase necessary to enter or win. Open to legal residents of the United States and D.C. 18 and older. Entry periods for the Shadow Sweepstakes promotion from 8/19/24 to 12/15/24. For official rules and complete details, visit everbank.com/shadows. Sponsored administrator, Everbank N.A. member FDIC.
Are you embarrassed by your ugly, cracked concrete driveway? Need to enhance your home's curb appeal? Stonecore on Phillips Highway is your one-stop shop for all your outdoor needs. Replacing with new stone pavers will transform your driveway into a stunning work of art. Say goodbye to unsightly concrete and hello to beautiful, durable pavers that last for years. Visit Stonecore today and let's beautify your home together. Stonecore.co. We do outdoors better.
Hey, Hicken here for America's #1 daily fantasy sports app. Millions of active members. Prize Picks. It's fun. You got to pick more or less. Do it with 2, 3, 4, 5. Go up to 6 and watch the winnings roll in. And by the way, when they do roll in, you get it as quickly as you want. It's 15 minutes. Because Prize Picks puts their members first, so all withdrawals are fast, safe, and secure. I like to make Sundays fun days, but you can do it any day of the week, man. And here's what you got to do. I bury the lead. You download the Prize Picks app today. Use code JAX. That's JAX. $50 instantly when you play 5. You don't even need to win to receive the $50 bonus. It's guaranteed. Prize Picks, man. Run your game.
Sometimes you agree with him, sometimes you don't.
On the runway, I'm coming in hot.
CBS Sports senior NFL writer Pete Prisco joins the Frangie Show Friday afternoons on 1010XL. Brought to you by Showtime Sports Cards and Collectibles.
Protect your home with Tyson Sound and Security. Denny Thompson here. Porch pirates are on the prowl. But with their smart doorbell camera, you'll see who's at your door whether you're home or not. Tyson's smart doorbell camera gives you peace of mind detecting people and packages, keeping your family and belongings safe all season long. Call Tyson Sound and Security today for holiday savings on cameras and home security systems. Enjoy a worry-free holiday with Tyson Sound and Security.
Barley and Pie Brewing Company in Fleming Island is excited to announce an all-new happy hour. 7 days a week. You heard right. Every day from 3 until 6 p.m. and again from 9 until close. Barley and Pie has deals you can't resist. 2-for-1 clay lights, 2-for-1 house wines, and much more. Experience the all-new happy hour at Barley and Pie Brewing Company in Fleming Island.
Does the building you go to work in every day need a little love and attention? Jason Parker here with Performance Painting. Great companies take great care of the buildings their staff and customers walk into every day. If the building you're in doesn't match the vision you have for your company, we can help. Go to performance-painting.com. Our highly trained team makes the difference. Quality coatings applied with pride.
Performance Painting. 1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Now, the 10-minute drill.
This is a big one.
Brought to you by
Advanced Business Solutions.
your local authorized Xerox deal on 1010XL.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Hit it.
All right, let's attack the sports world with some vim and vigor here. 7:28 on a Friday morning. It's a GFL Friday. Thanks for being with us. Visit with the Gator old folks in the 9 o'clock hour. The executive director, Greg McGarity, and the luncher, our guy, Chairman Andy King, and we'll go sort through this final matchup, what we're looking forward to with Duke and Ole Miss now on the schedule. We got college football and the NFL and quarterback talk with the Whisperer. That's coming up in the 8 o'clock hour as well. Still a football fix to come this hour. We got the Friday 5-pack, man. We'll just try and squeeze it all in as best we can. ET will be the tour guide through the 10-minute drill this morning. Go.
All right, Jeff. You got to put your vote in right now. I know we kind of go back and forth on the Heisman.
Yeah.
Vote is due now. Who you voting and why?
Yeah, I'm really torn on this one. And I did. I had been all on board with. There's so many compelling arguments here, man.
Yeah, there are.
I mean, you can't go wrong with either one of these guys. I can't recall a year where I thought so strongly that, and it's just harder too because it's not QB v QB.
Yeah.
It's so different. You got one who's doing it really on both sides of the ball at very important positions, and then you got another who plays a different position who is doing it more productively than everybody in the history of the game. Better than Emmitt Smith or Herschel Walker or Bo Jackson. Better than Jim Brown or Jim Thorpe. I mean, only Barry Sanders has more rushing yards in a season, and we know what Barry Sanders is. I have no reason to believe that Ashton Genty won't be a star in the NFL. I mean, this guy it's just like clockwork. It is not easy to run for 100 yards in a game. This dude goes 200 every week.
Every week.
So on one hand, you got a guy who has dominated the position of a sport like no one in the history of the game. Yet on the other, I got a dude who just won the Defensive Player of the Year award, the Bednarik, and the Biletnikoff as the best receiver in the game. God, can I give him a half of each? I'm going to go. Here's what I'm going to do, and I don't know if this is in the spirit of the Heisman. I don't know if this is why or how you give it. I'm going to, at the end of the day, go with among two incredibly impressive feats. I'm gonna vote for the guy I think was just a little bit more impressive, and that's Travis Hunter. Yeah, I'm
your
back.
vote literally changed.
I did. I have in a week. I've changed twice, and you know what? If I don't seal it now, I might change my mind again.
Yeah.
It's that close. I don't think, and I don't know why, especially in today's age where we just accentuate all of the new and incredible things. I feel like Travis Hunter has gone underappreciated, if that's possible. And I think I know why. He plays in the rotten Big 12 at 9:30 at night on a fringe network while Texas and Georgia are on ABC.
And then it's like you kind of lean me towards Ashton a little bit.
Okay.
Because this man, he literally put the team on his back.
That's another one.
He put the team on his. You knew this man saw an 8-man box from week 4 all the way down.
And they never stopped him.
And they knew he was getting the ball.
You're right, Genty. I'm going for Genty. I'm back to Genty. He carried the Boise State Broncos to a playoff berth, and by the way, the Big 12 was there for the taking. right?
Yeah.
Arizona State is going. They came from the Pac-12 just like you did. So I'm back to Genty.
Yeah, but then again, Travis Hunter is literally doing something that nobody has ever
damn it,
done.
man. Stop.
That's what I'm saying. It's crazy. It's going to be interesting. And what I don't want to hear is, this man was robbed or this man was robbed.
There's no one robbed here. If there was ever cause to give two in a year, and I don't want to, here's what the question is this. The interesting thing is this. How accurately are we reading this? In other words, will the vote be closer than you thought it was going to be, or is it going to be wider than you thought it was going to be? Right? Maybe we wake up and Bear was like, man, I mean, Genty was awesome, but I mean, Travis Hunter's doing, and he wins double up votes. I don't know. Or maybe we wake up and Genty wins, and it was him all along. I do feel like Genty will get the Woodson vote, even though the roles are reversed. Travis Hunter is Peyton Manning in this case. He's been known since he was in high school. He's living up to the billing. He's doing incredible things. And Genty in this case is Woodson. He's the underdog. He's despite all of the fanfare and all the 5 stars going to this, this guy just every week is. And so I think that vote, those fence sitters might go for Genty's more of an underdog story.
Yeah.
But the Heisman is tomorrow, gang, so we'll all find out.
We have a chance to capture another state championship title as the Reigns Vikings head down south to take on Miami Northwestern, who's head coached by Teddy Bridgewater. And it's the Saturday night game, 7:30 p.m. So it's like when you go to a track meet and the big race is the 4x4 and the 4x1. That's what this feels like. It's the one to go down there and watch.
Well, and tip of the cap to Reigns. Okay, let me just review the public school record when it comes to the high school football players playoffs for the city of Jacksonville. All right? So we're not talking about St. Augustine or Nice or Trinity or Bowles. Those are all either St. John's or private schools. When I moved to Jacksonville, in 1991, how many state title game appearances did Jacksonville as public schools have, and how many titles did they have when I got here in 1991?
Not many.
Yeah. They had one appearance. They had 4 appearances and no titles. When I got here in 1991, only 4 times. 1964 Lee, 1967 Wilson, 1968 Wolfson, 1973 Reigns. Of lately, though, when it rains, it pours. It's the Vikings who have won 3 of the 4 titles that the First Coast has claimed. Reigns won it back in 1997. They beat Glade Central. Reigns won it in 2017. They beat Cocoa Beach. They won again in 2018. In a rematch, beat Cocoa again. Then Mandarin in 2018. We had 2 win in 2018. Wow. Mandarin with Carson Beck beat Miami Columbus, and then Columbus beat Mandarin last year. So here is Reigns. Certainly they got the best pedigree of all the local public schools. Reigns has won state 3 times. Mandarin is the only Jacksonville public school to win a state football title.
Man.
That's hard to believe, isn't it?
It is.
Now, part of that is the St. John's, and we also have some private schools here that are super dominant.
Yeah.
UC's got a bunch of titles. Maybe not in the last 10 years. Bowles has a bunch of titles, and Trinity has a bunch of titles. So there have been plenty of football success. And ultimately, let's be honest, what happens, these public school players, if they're not playing public school, where are they? They're Trinity. They're Bowles. They're UC. So, yeah, good luck to Reigns. That's a heavyweight fight. You hit it.
That's a fight,
You
man.
hit it. That's a heavyweight fight.
And I did some research on the quarterback, TJ Cole. So he's accounted for 52 touchdowns, 43 passing and 9 rushing, 3 away from Tebow's record and 4 away from DeAndre Johnson's. That kid is a baller. Shout out TJ Cole. Go down there and bring back that state championship and bring it back to Duval County.
Let's go.
Now, Jeff, I don't know, man. Here's another thing I'm kind of like, I don't know. With Bill Belichick, what is he going to do in Chapel Bill is what they're calling it. That pedigree speaks a lot. And his plan, it makes sense. But Riley said something as well, like, you kind of got to be relatable And I don't know if Bill has that in him because
I think
NIL
winners
changes the whole game.
I think winners want to win. I think winners want accountability. Winners want structure. Winners want. I don't think that you look at these good teams. They're not a bunch of crazy people running around with all they have is cash in their eyes, or maybe a couple of them sprinkled onto a roster. You don't win. You don't win like Georgia has won with just pure, unadulterated selfishness. I think he. And by the way college football is heading, it's heading to the NFL. I think he'll have a better understanding and forward thinking on how to manage salary caps and budgets and money. And he'll have a support staff that will do a lot of that. I don't see a downs. I could be wrong. I mean, I don't know. Mm-hmm. There's been a lot of coaches. I think Bill Belichick will win the ACC in the first 2 or 3 years and will dominate the conference once he gets good. And like any program, once they get wrong, man, here's the deal, E. I'm old enough to remember when Oregon was called an easy win. You know, for most of my life, Oregon was a sad sack Pac-10 program, was never any good. Now, you wouldn't know that because the last 20, 30 years, they've been great. You know, forever and ever, Florida was just an average program. Never even won an SEC title till 1990, one? I think Bill Belichick is certainly more than capable. I don't think he's old and out of touch at all. I think he's very young and on-due and into whatever's going on. And do you guys start watching him with the Mannings? Does he look like some doddering old man who's not? Seriously though, I mean, I'm asking a serious question because I see he's 70 years old. He's 70. Well, he ain't dead. And he's watch the guy, listen to the guy, right?
It's very surprising, like his personality, his charisma. Yeah. I get it, but I just don't know. I just think the younger kids, like for example, we'll say he'll bring in Brady and Edelman to come talk to the kids. Do some of these kids, do they even know who Julian Edelman is? Do they even know who Tom Brady is?
Well, Brady, they know.
Like I'm talking, or even have the respect. Like the kids now, definitely. But I'm talking about like
kids don't know. I guess there's
they want to see Patrick. They want to see Lamar. Josh Allen. Oh, so I don't know.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, at the end of the day, Bill Belichick is an elite coach. Elite of elite. He beat the best of the best 6 times.
Yes.
On the highest stage.
Yes.
I don't think he's going to be worried about matching wits with Mike Norvell and Mario Cristobal. I think that he will be able to, through NIL, structure, staff, and recruiting, have elite rosters very, very quick. Very quick. Mm-hmm. Because of all those things. It's not just a shtick that your quarterback can call Tom Brady with a question. Right? We'll see.
That's true.
Now, look, there's also this. We're not talking about Georgia handing the reins to Bill Belichick or Alabama or anywhere else, although I'll be in favor of any of this. It is North Carolina. What do you got to lose? $10 million a year, apparently.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, thank you, E. That's a 10-minute drill. What do you got? You got some swag for the guys?
Oh, I got some swag.
All right. What do you got?
I got a gift card for $50 to St. Nicholas Guns and Range.
Okay.
Plus a $50 Metro Diner gift card.
Ooh.
This is all a part of the holiday gift guide. Make sure you head over to 1010XL.com for more gift ideas. But you're also going to be entered for a chance to win a $1,000 gift card to Beard's Diamonds.
Well, that sounds absolutely awesome. So what call are we taking there? Just come kind, come...
Yeah, just come kind, come courteous.
Okay.
Make sure you say good morning.
Yeah, that's big for E. Man, you're missing the boat if you don't go with that. Football fix when we come back on the other side, including, man, it's not what I expected out of the Thursday Nighter. That and more news from the NFL. We got the Whisper. Danny Thompson will join us in the 8 o'clock hour. It is a GFL Friday on The Drill.
The Drill on 1010XL. From the studios of Republic Services, we'll handle it from here.
I'm Frank Frangie with the Nimnik Nugget. This week, Jaguar fans get to see one of the great quarterbacks ever to play in the NFL. Can you believe Aaron Rodgers has 4 MVPs and a Super Bowl title and a Super Bowl MVP? In the age of the passer, very few have done it any better. Now, I think the Jags have a great chance against the Jets. Both teams come in at 3-10. Hope the Jags beat them. But it will be fun to watch one of the great passers in NFL history. I hope you're going out to the ball game to see the Jags versus Aaron Rodgers. I'm Frank Frangie for the Nimnik family of dealerships. Frank Frangie here. It's the holiday season, and Nimnik Buick GMC is here for you. Whether you're making memories on the road or continuing family traditions right here in Jacksonville, you can always count on us because there's nobody but Nimnik. This month, save up to $10,000 off select new GMC Sierra 1500s or enjoy rates as low as 0% zero APR financing. That's right, 0%. Shop online 24/7 at NimnikBuickGMC.com. GMC, we are professional grade.
I'm Chris Campione. Auto accidents can leave you feeling lost and overwhelmed. But at Campione Law, we're here to guide you with a personal touch through every step of the process. We don't get paid unless you get paid. CampioneLaw.com.
Count on Campione, Campione Law.
Googa Nation, it's Dreamfinders Danny Hicken here to tell you this is no dream. The folks at Dreamfinders Homes right now have an unbeatable interest rate for you. You may not think you can afford a Dreamfinders home. Well, think again. Take advantage of a 2.99% year one rate. I said it, 2.99%. 15 Jacksonville communities to choose from. Find that dream house and take advantage of an unbeatable rate. Move now, literally. Dreamfinders Homes, the official home builder of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Pre-Game Friday, built by Dreamfinders Homes on 1010XL.
Hey, Hicken here for my friends at Beaches Dermatology. Nobody better in all of Jacksonville in taking care of our skin. Doctors Boudreaux, Doctors Metz, Dr. Fader, all the wonderful people up front. They're there to help you. They're there to remind you to take care of your skin, to protect it from the sun if the sun ever comes out in Jacksonville again, right? You got to wear long sleeve dry fits, the floppy hats, the sunscreen. Protect yourself. The sun here, even in the wintertime, can be brutal, right? And if you do notice something on your skin, that's when you go to Beaches Dermatology, and they're real easy to get a hold of. Just go online at beachesdermatology.com. They will help you. They've been taking care of me for years. I appreciate them. beachesdermatology.com.
Joe C. for CSS Fireplaces and Outdoor Living. There's nothing like the ambiance of a custom-built fireplace. The team at CSS can design and install the perfect setup, including wood, gas, and electric models, whether you want the elegance of an indoor fireplace or the warmth of an outdoor fire pit. You dream it, they build it. Visit their showroom or online at cssfireplaces.com.
You dream it, we build it. CSS.
Local 234 plumbers, pipe fitters, and HVAC technicians would like to wish everyone a Merry Christmas and thank you to all the members and contractors for their continued support and partnership. Together, they've helped build a stronger foundation for Jacksonville since 1901. Enjoy spending time with your friends and families this holiday season. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Local 234, make the right connection. Proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Every weekend is a Stone Cold Sports Weekend. Hey, Dan Hicken here. Watch for the Weekend with Dan on YouTube and Facebook, and I'll help you put together your sports weekend. Weekend with Dan brought to you by Stone Core. We do the outdoors better.
Instant Keys. You don't have to go to the dealer. Instant Keys comes to you.
Instant Keys saves the day if you have lost or broken keys. They can program new keys and remotes for nearly every make and model of vehicle at a fraction of the dealership cost. Fast, honest, and reliable locksmith service. Call 722-1111.
Instant Keys. Instant Keys. You don't have to go to the dealer. Instant Keys comes to you.
It's holiday time at Best Bet St. Augustine and Orange Park. Get ready for thrilling promotions and tournaments all month long. Don't miss the 12 days of Christmas high hands with over $330,000 in payouts and the Clockwork Cash Out Table Games promotion, giving away $300 in cash every 15 minutes on select weekends. Celebrate the season with nonstop excitement at Best Bet. For all the details, head over to bestbetjacks.com. That's bestbetjacks.com.
I'm here with Danny Van Sickle, Director of the Electrical Training Alliance. Danny, tell me about your program.
Hey, Rick, we're a 4-year electrical apprenticeship. Our students start out making over $40,000 a year and right now make over $90,000 a year, including benefits. There is no tuition or student debt. You just have to apply and get accepted.
Did you say no tuition and no student debt?
You heard that right, Rick. Once you're accepted to the program, your only cost for the books and the course fees, about $800 a year.
That sounds like an amazing opportunity. How can I learn more?
Just go to etajax.org and you can apply there.
Apply by May 15th.
Once in a lifetime savings.
No corporate jewelry does that.
Beard's Diamonds does. Save up to 44% off store-wide.
Now extended until December 24th.
Beard's Diamonds at the St. John's Town Center or beardsdiamonds.com.
Here's Linda Beaver.
Have you heard? Beaver Toyota and Beaver Chevrolet are aiming to sell 1,000 vehicles this December. How? I've told my team to take all reasonable offers. We won't lose your business over price. With thousands of cars, trucks, and SUVs on the ground, all priced to sell, we guarantee the most money for your trade and the easiest car buying experience ever. I promise we ain't leaving nothing on the table. This is the absolute last weekend. Visit Beaver Toyota in St. Augustine or Beaver Chevrolet in Jacksonville. We're here to wow you.
This is Dr. Steve Crenshaw, Assistant Team Physician for your Jacksonville Jaguars. Here's the latest update on the Jaguars brought to you by Baptist Health and JOI.
Jag defensive coordinator Ryan Nielsen commented on the win over the Titans, possibly refocusing his defense.
Fundamentals, technique, play hard, be tough, fly around, tackle. We got to tackle a little bit better this week, and take the ball away. We're going to focus on the first play of the game and that drive, and let's get off the field.
Jag offensive coordinator Press Taylor recognized the Jets have a talented defense.
They play incredibly fast. Back end's aggressive. They do a good job. There's not a ton of disguise, but enough things look the same to where you're not really sure until post-snap what the coverage is going to be.
Sunday morning as the Jags take on the New York Jets. Join Mia and Hayes live in Tailgaters Parking for the Terminex kickoff show starting at 8. That's your Jacksonville Orthopedic Institute Jaguar update. I'm Sam Nelson.
1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
This is how we do.
It's Friday. Gotta get
Better late than never.
Yes, sir.
Just got to pick the thing. She loves the song.
The people love it too. I know they were going to start calling. Hey, where's the Friday song? Where's the Friday song? Well, here you go. Here you go.
Soak it in. Hey! Oh! Yeah, we don't need that. Settle down. All right. Got a football Friday. A few left. The NFL version, we got plenty left. As down the stretch we come with our Jacksonville Jaguars. We have a tendency to get into draft talk this kind of year, but there's another kind of talk that is, you could always kick around, and that's when it comes to free agency this year. I was looking at a list of I think CBS Sports had the top 25 free agents. Where's it at now? Now I've lost it, son of a gun. Look, does anyone here trust free agency? Jag fan? What's been our free agent home run?
You talking about this past
Anytime.
Anytime?
We're three and before, and granted, I know there are names you can sell me right now in the next few minutes. I will remind you that names you are selling me are a big part of 3-10. Right? I don't know. I think there is I do think there is some truth into the misevaluation from seeing your own guys over and over with nothing to compare them to. You can kind of be the king of the lesser rans in some cases. I think we're all under the impression that Foye Oluokun's a good football player on a 3-10 football team. Christian Kirk is at this stage, at the end of the day, we're going to say was somewhat available during his career with the Jags after signing as a free agent, right? This is injury issues 2 years in a row, big time. Got one for me?
You
got a free agent who's moved the needle. When's the last time the Jags signed a free agent who became a Pro Bowler? Calais?
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah, it's a long time ago. It's a whole generation of roster ago.
Also, you know how I feel about Foye. I think he was a pretty, the man led the league in tackles 2 years in a row.
Yeah.
It's just the fact that I don't know why he hasn't gotten his due. This year he kind of took a step back. Injuries played a role in that. 3-10 played a role in that. I think he was a pretty good free agent signing.
Who's the 17th ranked free agent going into next year? Cam Robinson. It's an interesting one. Don't forget that when the Jags traded Cam, they also did it knowing that there would be decisions to be had to make at the end of this year. Stephon Diggs is a free agent. He's listed as 15th best. That's just an interesting name. And no way is there any sort of Jaguar tie-in there. Is DeAndre Hopkins better days of free agent, hopes over?
Yeah, it's about over.
You don't want Nuke, do you?
As much as I love Nuke, he ain't doing nothing for us.
No, he's 33 when next season starts, and he's spent time as probably Maybe the best receiver in football who wasn't called the best receiver in football.
For sure.
Certainly in that category. But, again, he's a long way removed from what he was doing with the Texans. And the problem when you get down here to the top 10, are the Jags going to be willing to spend to get those, and should they, or will they just mess it up? The number one free agent, T. Higgins. Like, I wouldn't go make T. Higgins if he's, pay him these gargantuan receiver money.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that here in
Jacksonville.
Nope.
No. I'll continue to develop Brian Thomas Jr. I'm gonna have to develop some younger guys, maybe get a different level of free agent. Is Kirk back for another year? I can't keep up with these guys when they miss so much time.
I think he's supposed to be, with the quote-unquote emergence of Parker Washington. I don't know if he will.
Well, that's still only two. I mean, Thomas and Washington, what else you got? Gabe Davis needs to be one and done. That was just a mistake.
Yeah.
Darby needs to be one and done. There's a lot of one and doneers around here, but
that's your losses.
Trey Smith is going to push the boundaries on what a guard has been paid in league history. He's the number 2 overall free agent and the top interior lineman on the market. He's been an all-star player for the Chiefs and a big part of their success. He has not given up a sack this year from his right guard position, and just 5 total quarterback hits.
Shout out to the text line. The boys, they brought up some good ones. How could we forget? Evan Ingram has definitely been a hit.
Yeah, that's
free
good.
Agency.
That's a good one.
But also AJ Bouye. But that's going back. That's definitely
that's even
one.
before. And again, and I'll grant you those. Yeah, I'll grant you those. I'm asking, but even still, has Evan Ingram been did he go to the Pro Bowl last year? I mean,
no, he didn't.
Yeah, he was important for us. He's been a good player, but I'm not talking.
That is you know what it is? It's Jaguar good.
Yeah, that's it. And that's kind of the point, isn't it? Fire the band. We got a football fix. Let me give you some news and notes from around the National Football League. We'll start with a real stinker in San Francisco. The season ends for the Niners. It ends embarrassingly with one of their players just walking off and quitting on his team, Devondre Campbell. Oh, the Niners were ticked in the postgame. From the coach to the players, man.
His career probably.
This guy, it was weak sauce. Yeah. So they needed him to go in. They're injured at the position. He started like almost every game this year and just got in his feelings, I guess, that how dare they play somebody else. I don't know. It's total weak sauce. Saw Darius Williams had an interception last night. That means Darby have. Darius Williams is a perfect example of why we should not even look at free agency, and of all the failures of Trent Baalke last offseason, and buddy, they are piling up like pancakes. Trent Baalke's 2024 offseason failures could write a horror novel from. He tanked our future, the immediate future, with his head-scratching decisions. But none more than in free agency, where he made us net negative worse across the board with every move he made. Every player he replaced, except for Morse and Fortner, which he had to do after telling us for 2 years how good Fortner was, standing by him.
Yeah.
Every other position, then this guy went in free agency, made him worse. Made him worse with Gabe Davis. Made him worse with Savage. Made him worse with Darby. Made him... Meanwhile, Darius Williams, perfectly affordable. Jags, by the way, under the cap, got like $18 million. It's maddening. But the Niners lose to the Rams 12-6. Rams 8-6. Niners 6-8. Rams going to try and catch the Seahawks or grab a wild card spot. And the Niners, that'll do it, man. Kiss them goodbye. 6-8. Now questions are going to crop up. You can be successful as all get out. All it takes is just getting off track at all. And, buddy, they start coming at you with some, at the least, cynicism. So expect there to be narratives about should Shanahan stay, and is Brock Purdy the answer? Coming soon to a news feed near you. All right, Derek Carr might very well not be able to start this week for the Saints. They'll go with Jake Haener. If not, it's really fantasy football news more than anything else. By the way, I'm sorry for y'all in your fantasy football playoffs that have Niners and Rams. Imagine you needed a little more than what you got last night. No touchdowns at all in the game. I mean, who was the top fantasy performer in that game? Nakua, probably?
Yeah, probably.
He had 100 yards and some catches, but, yeah, nobody hitting paint. That doesn't get your fantasy playoffs to a good, quick start.
And how about your boy Debo dropping the ball?
That's a little bit of karma there, wasn't there?
Yeah.
All right, so the Lions had a fan who got into it with Packers coach Matt LaFleur last Thursday night. and now have confirmed that they've revoked the season tickets of that fan who had a pregame verbal altercation. TV camera caught the end of a heated exchange between LaFleur and Fahad Yusuf, a Lions fan from Michigan, who was a part of the group holding a giant flag for the national anthem Thursday night. LaFleur could be seen yelling at the fan, but said his actions were provoked. I've never been a part of something like that, LaFleur said. He was talking junk to our players, giving them the throat slash sign. You're trying to de-escalate it, and then he gets in my face. I thought it was pretty unsportsmanlike. I've been on many fields. Usually they police that much better. I thought it was an arrogant fan that wanted to get in part of the action. I'd like to see security or something step in, yeah. Yusuf, poor baby, says he's devastated by the move of having the season tickets. Nice job, Yusuf, you dumb A.
Right?
You finally got a team that's worth something. They're going to go to the postseason. And by the way, back in the old days, getting booted didn't mean anything. But now with all this facial recognition, you probably can't just come in under another ticket as easy, can you?
No, they gonna find you.
They are going to find you.
Act like you've been there, Yusuf.
Let's see. Nico Collins has been fined for throwing a touchdown ball to a kid in the stands. You do you, NFL. You do you. That's Football Picks. You're welcome. Brought to you by Allstate agent Mandy Bowers in Mandarin. Home, life, business, auto. We call it a bundle. I call it assurance, not just insurance, with Mandy and her dream team. And the home course at Jointed Creek Golf Club. Man, it's in terrific shape. Tee it high, let it fly, and enjoy the firm, fast conditions at the home course, the Jointed Creek Golf Club. Looking forward to spending some time with the quarterback whisperer, Denny Thompson, next on a GFL Friday.
The Drill on 1010XL. From the studios of Republic Services, we'll handle it from here. You saw what happened. Jeff Lageman tells you why it happened.
And here's how you know you're right.
Jeff Lageman checks the tape for you. Tuesday on Jaguars Today. Brought to you by Napa Auto Care.
10 to noon on 1010XL.
Now you can watch 1010XL shows all day on X, Facebook, and YouTube. Brought to you by MyBookie. Experience Vegas from the comfort of your phone anytime, anywhere. Sign up today. Use promo code 1010XL.
Hi, this is Dale Murray with Murray Automotive Group in Stark and Kingsland. Save yourself from those big city dealers and their fast-talking flim-flam tactics. No matter what your automotive need is, we've got you covered. Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and nobody beats our prices, and I mean nobody. Shazam! Plus our exclusive 15-year, 150,000-mile warranty included on every qualified vehicle. And we'll trade anything from AirPods to fishing rods. Compare our prices online at ShazamAuto.com. Then come see me, Dale Murray. I'll be waiting for you. Shazam!
This holiday season, give the gift of comfort and joy. Comfort food and the joy that comes with digging into a huge plate of diner favorites from Metro Diner. And to make things even more merry, now through the end of the year, they're adding on a $10 bonus card with every $50 spent on gift cards. Metro Diner gift cards are the perfect gift for everyone on your list. Friends, family, or coworkers. Stop by the diner or MetroDiner.com and get all your gift shopping done easily. Happy holidays from Metro Diner.
When you step into a courtroom, you're stepping into a fight. Someone wins, someone loses. I'm attorney Brett Hastings, and at Hastings Injury Law, we've got the experience you want in your corner if you or a loved one suffer a personal injury or a wrongful death. We're here to fight for you. So if you get hit, hit back with Hastings Injury Law, offices Jacksonville. Find us on the web at 904hitback.com or call our 24-hour helpline, 904-HITBACK.
Bueller Air and Plumbing presents Are You Cool?
Today's contestant, a professional stamp licker from Jacksonville, Florida, meet Martin Celery.
Oh, gosh. I can't wait to play, Bob.
Well, let's move things along. Tell him what he's won, Johnny.
Wait, but I...
That's right, Marty. At Bueller Air and Plumbing, we've stocked up on the remaining inventory of low-cost 2024 model air conditioners. So you win. We're passing the savings on to you.
Can I answer a question first?
We need to make room for the 25s, so we're offering great deals on AC replacements while supplies last.
Could I spin the wheel at least? I've been practicing for a year.
With last-minute deals like this, there's no question that you are cool.
What'll I tell my kids?
There you go. Have a souvenir t-shirt.
Thanks.
Stay cooler with Bueller.
Visit BuellerAir.com.
The flagship station of the Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
For your chance to win 4-day weekend general admission passes for Welcome to Rockville Festival in Daytona Beach, May 15th to 18th, text the word ROCK to the 1010XL text line designed by Lifetime Enclosures at 641-1010.
Come to Monahan Jewelers' 47th annual holiday sale now with up to 30% off GIA certified diamonds and up to 40% off our entire store. Certified diamonds, gemstones, engagement rings, diamond studs, designer brands. We're not a big box store. We're your local family jeweler with an amazing hand-picked inventory for every budget, and with interest-free financing, enjoy beautiful jewelry with a low monthly payment. Support your local family jeweler this Christmas with up to 40% off our entire inventory. Monahan Jewelers in Atlantic Beach, open 7 days a week in December.
Southeast Orthopedic Specialist is now offering ortho walk-in appointments. If you have an immediate need for orthopedic care, contact Southeast Orthopedic Specialist immediately. Avoid ERs and urgent care waiting rooms. For more information, go to se-ortho.com.
Relieve pain and get back to life. Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
When you head out for a night with friends or going to the big game, don't forget the best game plan to win the night is to designate a driver and guarantee a safe ride home. Hydrating between buds is the best play you can make. Bud Light, reminding all to drink wiser.
Electricians, innovators, and tech enthusiasts, listen up. Miller Electric is shaping the future, and we want you to be a part of it. From healthcare and data centers, corporate offices, aviation, and industrial facilities, Miller Electric is powering the most exciting projects in Jacksonville and beyond. We offer not just a job, but a thrilling career with great pay and incredible benefits. Visit us at millercareers.com to apply. Miller Electric, where your skills meet our vision, an equal opportunity employer.
Hey, Hicken here for Prize Picks. Download the app today and use code JAX, J-A-X, to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. That's promo code JAX to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks, man. Run your game.
Here's your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update, sponsored by St. Nicholas Guns and Range. Florida football head coach Billy Napier is said to be excited about the chance to play one more game this season. Look for freshman DJ Lagway to start at QB. The head coach said he doesn't anticipate a lot of players opting out for the game. The Gators will arrive in Tampa on Monday for the Gasparilla Bowl. There are several collegiate basketball games on deck. Saturday afternoon at 1, the JU men's team is at home to square off against East Tennessee State. UNF men's basketball is home to face UNC Greensboro. Tip-off is at 5. Edward Waters' men's team will host Lane College at 5 p.m. In the East Coast Hockey League, the Icemen are on the road tonight to face the Atlanta Gladiators. On Saturday, they're back home in the Vet to take on the Florida Everblades. Puck drops at 7 p.m. That's your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update. I'm Sam Nelson.
Currently, it's 8:05 and it's 52 degrees. Your time and your temp is brought to you by Bueller Air and Plumbing. Stay cooler with Bueller.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Now, the quarterback whisperer, Denny Thompson.
Okay, bring it in.
Brought to you by Tyson Sound and Security, security and automation experts, and George Moore Chevrolet.
1, 2, 3.
Give me that boom boom. All right, back on a GFL Friday talking ball with my boy, Denny Thompson. We will not whisper. We'll talk out loud. A couple of the newsworthy things first, and then we're going to get around to it. So I want to hit on some topics, guys you're close to. Carson Beck and his injury. Obviously, we've seen you being close with Brock Purdy have seen a similar injury. So we won't get into the details. I can go ahead and tell folks, I've been around this long enough. Carson Beck ain't going to be able to play football for a while. I'm curious how much you can disclose on his future.
Yeah, he's going to be fine. I think treatment plan, obviously, I got to be careful with how much I say, but it's still being looked at. Still trying to evaluate what happened.
I'm sure Georgia will continue to say there's a chance. You want to keep him guessing?
Sure. I mean, I don't know. We hadn't even got far enough to know that. There's a process when you have trauma like that. The trauma has to calm down for you to be able to make the right assessments on this stuff. So it's still literally in that phase, just doing all the legwork and going to see the right people and trying to make the right decisions.
Now, how does this, if at all, affect his football playing future, like as him to go into the draft or the NFL or returning because of the injuries that do anything to whatever his plan would have been. I guess that's
think so.
That's right.
Yeah.
So we could probably still most likely expect him to enter the draft.
Yeah, I would think so. Yeah. I don't think it's going to do anything to that. I think it's it's something that's been done plenty of times before.
I guess, and because you've worked with both of them, I mean, he and Purdy could have a conversation at some point.
Yeah.
Having a real similar injury. Now, all right, continue with the newsworthy part. So, what do you know about Gunnar Stockton and what Georgia has at quarterback? Because, by the way, they still have a playoff to play.
Yeah, it's funny. I know very little. I know Gunnar's an awesome dude, and he obviously came in under some pressure and performed the other day. I think the situation with Georgia right now is if they can keep ETN healthy and that offensive line can block and they can run the ball, they can beat anybody.
They're going to just try and beat you with defense and
with Carson or not. Mm-hmm. They haven't had that all year.
Yeah.
So I think if they can do that and that defense is healthy, like they're hard to beat.
Well, and there's something that just like the Chiefs haven't always been looked perfect, but when you get to that playoff winning time, they have that. They can call on the resources of experience and DNA and confidence, and so it makes a team like Georgia, even in a year where they have 2 or 3 losses, more dangerous than normal.
That's the best example of just the difference in a team that expects and knows how to win.
Yeah.
And what we deal with here in Jacksonville on a week-to-week basis.
Don't get me started.
Yeah, but it really is. It's like, I've sat in that stand so many times this year and watched those Georgia games and been, no, they're beat. Like, this game's over, and then Georgia just comes back, keeps coming back. So, to Kirby's credit, he's built a culture there that they expect to win.
I have been, I feel for my FSU friends and newfound fans. They get mad at me for being so mean to them lately. So, I'm going to try and say this as like objectively, as neutrally as I can. Is it not a huge how big is the news that Mike Norvell doesn't keep a quarterback who he came to town, the kind of quarterback you want to recruit, right? A 4 or 5 star quarterback, top 10. Wasn't Kromenhoek a top 10 quarterback?
Yeah.
You to my mind, erroneously waited too long to play him and get him going. And now that you've put him through the rigors, I thought, all things considered, I thought he looked pretty good against Florida. I mean, I know the numbers weren't good and there were a ton of turnovers and stuff, but man, they were so overmatched on a bad team. And it just seems like this is a big miss for FSU to get better, wouldn't they? Why would he not be a part of that? I guess.
I'm obviously very close to that situation with Luke, and his first choice was always to go back, and they wanted to have him back. But
so this isn't all. We can't specifically blame FSU. Luke's looking around and trying to gauge what's best for him as well.
Here's what happens.
The new way.
Here's what happens is when you go into a situation and that situation changes, right? Like it has at Florida State. You go, what you went into and what it is now is 2 different things, especially with, they hired a new offensive coordinator, things like that.
And Malzahn does want to run a more of a dual threat type system by nature, and that's not
right. I mean,
although he's mobile, but that's not.
He can do it, but
it'd be like Trevor doing it or that kind of.
Well, here's the easiest way to put it is through this process, you just try to find like, okay, what are the assurances? Where can we be? Where are we the best fit at? What protects us as a developmental? That's what college is, right? It's supposed to develop you for the NFL. And I just think when you started looking at, what they were doing in the room and what we didn't know or what Luke didn't know, then the least risky thing was to go ahead and hit the portal.
Where can we expect him to land?
I don't know. He's, it's just been a couple
the market
of days.
Be for him?
The
will
market's
it be
great.
Big time program because I know I saw Georgia already. I've seen some.
The market is. I mean, he's got his.
And do you expect him to go somewhere where he can start right away, or go somewhere where?
No. I think the goal is to develop and to have be in a competition. He would like to start, but it's not like he never went to anybody and said, "Oh, I want to be named the starter." Right now, it's one of those things where it's like, okay, I want to make sure that going in that I'm in a fair fight, and I don't know if he would have been at Florida State or not. Like he probably would have been because they said he would have been.
Who would it be? Is Castellanos better than him?
But my point, and we just don't know what that even is going to look like,
because of the system,
right?
And there's so much weird going on in Tallahassee. I don't understand the Malzahn hiring.
Yeah,
is that an asset that in today's college football that is valuable?
I think if I'm somebody that wants to win, like I need to win some games quickly, then that does make sense because he runs a different type of offense.
Okay, so maybe try and get it. Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, I think it does. If I'm a Florida State fan, I think I probably like that higher. And, I think what I'm trying to say is there's just too many questions for a young guy like Luke to be completely comfortable there, right? But there's not questions as a program. I still think Mike Norvell is a stud. I still think what they're doing in Tallahassee is good. So I think they'll be fine.
Do you know Castellanos much?
No, I don't.
Yeah. Just seen him. He's what most of us have. He's from the area. I think Camden County, maybe.
Ware
County. Yeah.
Ware County. Yeah, he's good. I mean, he's a good player.
He's a dual threat guy. It's definitely the more of the Malzahn type, scheme and system than you would expect.
And listen, if I'm Florida State and I struggled up front this year, that guy is probably who I need to have, right? A guy that can move around, can avoid pressure, can make things happen, who has seen football before. So yeah, I just think it's really one of those situations where it was just kind of better for everybody.
What, did I see Jalen Milroe's going to come back?
Is that what he said?
Did we see that, E? Or I'm pretty sure somebody texted in that he's coming. And if he does come back, does that surprise you?
Yeah. Yeah. Big. I know Drew.
You were impressed with him when you saw him, weren't you?
I mean, he's one of those guys that somebody's going to take a shot on.
Your Georgia-Bama game, weren't you?
Yeah. I mean, he's a good player, but he's different. He's different than everybody else. I mean, he's fast, he's big. He's kind of got that Anthony trait where that doesn't come out every year. So I am surprised. And I know there's like Drew Alar, I think, still making decision. There's some big ones. I mean, I think Drew Alar at Penn State has played himself into a first round.
The times that I saw him this year, I've got no complaints. The big, typical NFL pro style kind of passer.
Penn State guy.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
I bring up some of these guys and whether or not they stay or leave or what they do, but I saw at least one analyst rankings of the quarterbacks next year in college football, and DJ Lagway, they had number 3.
Oh, really?
Is that too high? Is that what you expect? What should Gator fan realistically expect here in what should be a bump year, considering the experience and successful experience that he got here in year 1?
Assuming Manning and Nico are 1 and 2, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, then I think that's right. Yeah, I mean, I think he is in that group with those two guys. I mean, he's got a chance to be a Heisman guy. He's got a chance to be a number 1 overall pick. Kind of similar to what we were talking about with Milroe. He's just got a skill set that you don't see every year. And so he's quick, he's powerful, he's sudden, all those things. He's going to get more accurate. I mean, he's still a big kid, but he's still only, 18 years old. So he's growing into that body. So, yeah, I think anything is fair for him.
Yeah.
I think anything in the top, 5 is fair. You could put him at 1. I wouldn't gripe about it. You could put him at 5 and I'd understand.
Yeah. I've kind of cautioned. Caution is not the right word. Gator Nation, enjoy it. Lap it up to 7-5 and let them laugh at us that we're so excited to be 7-5. Whatever, progress is progress. I just would be this. I have this part of the reality that sits with me is that Mike Norvell was a 5-star coach when he had Jordan Travis.
Yep.
And results-wise, he's been about a 2-star coach when he hasn't.
That's right. Yep.
Okay, the success of Florida and the optimism moving forward is not about Billy. It's not about Billy Napier and what he's doing. It's entirely DJ Lagway and what he has done and is doing. So, which is great. And unless you ruin it, you can continue to ride with him. But it's going to be incumbent on Napier and those guys to not be in a position that Mike Norvell has put himself in of having no one. You better get a 5-star. You better convince him to stick around for a year or two and not transfer, not NIL. Man, it's just a different game in it. All right, one last newsworthy thing, and then we're going to come back and talk some pro football quarterbacking. Belichick to North Carolina. What does that translate to?
I am super intrigued by this like everybody else. And, I mean, it is definitely a conversation that I've had. We've got several portal guys.
Okay.
And so it is conversations that we've had. Like, what does that look like? Is that something that – because when you look at his organizational structure, what I like that he's really trying to do is he's trying to let the coaches coach. We're talking about what's the plan after Lagway for Florida? You got to develop somebody, and these two things tie together nicely because at Florida, the way their staff is and every other staff, those guys have to coach, they have to develop, they have to recruit, they have to do it all.
Okay.
And what Belichick's saying is, wait a second, I want these guys only to coach.
I have a
I want a
personnel
whole different staff that's recruiting.
Yeah, like an NFL.
Like a
front
team.
office and a coaching staff.
And it's insanely expensive for a college, but these days with how much money's in it, if this works, it could change the way college football is set up in the way that Saban change facilities. This could change staffing. So I'm super intrigued by it. I don't know if it's going to work because the difference is these are 18-year-old kids that get to pick you. You don't get to draft them. But I'm intrigued for
Every
sure.
year, I will say this, and now the problem is you limit yourself. There's X amount of 5-stars every year, but every year there is one standout 5-star at every position who has it all.
Yep.
Maturity, leadership, sacrifices, NIL, don't even care.
Yep.
So you could argue he might have to corner the market on that level of player, but really successful, highly driven young men, we don't give them enough credit. We don't. We just act like, well, it's all about TikTok and money, and that is a part of it.
Yep.
But winners win, man, and winners are built different, and so you better be able to identify and make sure you get a bunch of those too.
Yeah, and I think there's a lot of those.
Correct.
There's a ton of.
We set Solomon Thomas. Listen, I don't want to discount any of the guys that we've had in here.
Yep.
But Solomon stands out a little bit because he's the highest ranked of all the guys. I mean, that guy top to bottom, inside out is what you want.
Solid. That's most of college football.
Right. All right, let's turn our attention to the pro side. When we come back, Denny's going to give us an extra segment. We got the Friday 5-pack coming up bottom of the hour. The folks from the Gator Bowl join us in the 9 o'clock hour. That's how we roll on a GFL Friday.
The Drill from the studios at Republic Services. We'll handle it from here.
Jags coach Doug Peterson joins the Frangie Show.
That's the exciting part about it.
Coach speaks. Fridays at 4:05.
Number one prized possession on the field is the football.
Brought to you by Renewal by Anderson, custom windows and doors on 1010XL.
Hey, imagine having a doctor available to you any day and any time. Hicken here from my doctor, Rick Townsend. I've been going to Doc T for a long time, 20 plus years. And he's decided to take a leap into a new and exciting, more personal world of medicine. You bet I'm going with him. You need an appointment. Sometimes, when you're not feeling well, you want to get checked out. You need an appointment. Hey, you can't get in until the end of next week. Now with Doc T, he gets you in right away. You got a medical emergency? Here's Doc T's personal phone number. He'll get right back to you 7 days a week. It's like being a member of the exclusive golf club, but the cost will surprise you. As far as physicians, Rick Townsend's the best. Navy trained, graduated from Wake Forest, treats me as if I'm a member of his family. In other words, he'd say, if you were my brother, Dan, this is what I would do. So whether it's yearly physicals, office or virtual visits, cancer screenings, referrals to specialists, hospital follow-ups, you name it, Doc T's got you covered. MyPVConcierge.com. Check out the site, mypvconcierge.com.
Imagine driving a late model car of your dreams at a fraction of the original sticker price. For the very best in low mileage cars in Jacksonville, visit Vaughn Motor Group's indoor showroom. All luxury cars are serviced and inspected, many with a certified warranty. Before you make your next auto purchase, check out Vaughn Motor Group on San Jose Boulevard or at vaughnmotorgroup.com for a complete inventory listing. If you can dream it, you can drive it at Vaughn Motor Group.
Are you tired of having a plain and boring backyard? Really want to impress your family and friends this year? Then stop by Stone Core on Phillips Highway. Imagine hosting guests at your new outdoor kitchen, relaxing by your custom-built fireplace under a brand new pergola. Stone Core can also remodel your old pool deck and beautiful new pavers. Make your backyard wishes a reality. Visit Stone Core on Phillips Highway and let's get started at stonecore.co. We do outdoors better.
Pre-Game Friday.
Built by Dream Finders Homes.
On 1010XL.
Need a last-minute gift? What's more Duval than a Moss Fire Grill holiday gift card? Right now, you can buy a $100 gift card and get a $25 gift card for free. Only at Moss Fire Grill.
See you on the rooftop.
Have you or someone you care about been arrested or had their driver's license taken away? I'm Susan Cohen, and I work with David Robbins at the law firm of Epstein & Robbins. We are experienced fighters for those charged with DUI and all criminal offenses. I've been named the best DUI attorney in the state, and David has been named the best criminal defense lawyer in Jacksonville. In your battle with the justice system, there is only one thing you need to know. Dial David 24/7 at Epstein & Robbins, 354-5645.
These are interesting economic times. That's why it's so important to have someone you can count on. That's ITP Partners. Jacksonville folks taking care of our Jacksonville money. Experience? You best believe you want to give your hard-earned money to folks you trust. Jeff Hartman, Chris Bryan, Dan Abel, Reed Wingate, Scott Regner, Janice Cobb, and Reagan Wright have the expertise and knowledge to help clients in their financial lives, focusing on investment management, financial planning, and risk management. ITP Partners. Financial partners for life. Securities offered through American Portfolios Financial Services, Inc. Member FINRA SIPC.
Hey, Hicken here at the most wonderful time of the year. Oh, December. We got a message from our friends at Zero Res who love this time of the year as well. And they know that your family wants that home in tip-top ship shape as you head into the holiday season and you entertain and you have family and friends by. So that's why Zero Res right now wants you to get that house clean. Carpets, tile, and grout, Oriental rugs. $49 a room for the carpets. Yeah. 25% off tile and grout. And the Oriental rugs, Gerard will take care of those. He's a certified master rug cleaner. He'll give you 25% off rugs when treat them, those Oriental rugs, with tender, loving care. Zero Res, man. Spell it forward. Zero Res, spell it backward. It's the right way to clean.
Bowl season is like a college football snow globe. And with 1010XL's Ultimate Bowl Challenge, you can decorate your life with $1,000 in jewelry from Beard's Diamonds if you win.
Let's do this.
Yeah. Get your picks in at 1010XL.com.
Hey, sports fans, it's Hayes Carline from MyBookie. Opportunity is knocking this weekend in the sports betting world, and MyBookie has all the action you want to take. This Sunday, 1 p.m., the New York Jets come to town as 3.5-point favorites to beat your home team. Neither team is playing particularly well with a 40.5-point game total. Take the under in this one. At 4 o'clock, we have maybe the game of the year. The Bills at the Lions. The Lions are favored by 2.5 at home. The game total is a whopping 54.5. Everybody is going to want action on this game, so pay attention to the prop bets and play the over on the Lions that you like for yardage and touchdowns. Sunday Night Football, the Packers travel to play the Seahawks. Give a strong look for the Packers to cover. The 2.5-point spread is underdogs. Sign up now at MyBookie and get a double deposit bonus that doubles your money on your very first deposit up to $1,000. Make yourself a winner this weekend with MyBookie, and don't forget that promo code 1010XL.
Hey, Hicken here for Lockhart Construction. That's a long-time Jacksonville business. I've told you about them for years, right? Shane Lockhart's dad started the company. Shane's guys all from here taking care of people who live here, people like the Hickens. And the Hickens love the Lockharts because the Lockharts do fantastic work, man. Not just, clients, but friends. Fast, friendly, affordable, clean. They're in your house. They're terrific people. They've done numerous projects at my house. Did my son's siding. I've done a lot of friends' work, too. Give the Lockhart family a call. Their family will give your family a better living experience. I say you unlock better living with Lockhart Construction. You got a construction need, a remodel idea, give Shane a call. He'll call you back. 994-3865. 994-3865.
Ladies and gentlemen, boaters and landlubbers, friends, four-legged and two, this is Lisa the Botanista with a huge announcement. Freedom Boat Club is opening a brand new 4th location. That's right, Freedom Boat Club St. Augustine Shipyard is now open. Now members can enjoy unlimited access at Julington Creek, Jacksonville Beach, St. Augustine Comanche Cove, and St. Augustine Shipyard. Freedom Boat Club members also enjoy reciprocal access to over 400 locations across the world. There's never been a better time to join. We are offering our biggest discount ever to celebrate our brand new location. We own and maintain an entire fleet of boats. Join the club, and as often as you like, you can do water sports, inshore fishing, offshore fishing, sandbar hopping, dining on the water, or just cruising around town. Visit us at the St. Augustine Shipyard or stop by any of our locations to see what the Boatcierge experience is all about. Visit us at freedomboatclub.com.
Aren't you just happy when you can handle all your needs in one location? Well, introducing Allstate agent Mandy Bowers in Mandarin. Whether it's home, life, business, or auto, Mandy covers it all. In fact, bundling policy is a great way to add extra savings. Mandy and her crew can do that. Allstate is offering lower auto insurance rates this year. Mandy can do that. You need to give Mandy Bowers a call in her Mandarin office, because when it comes to getting it all done under one roof, Mandy can do that.
Hey, I'm Ben Kay, owner of Gotham City Limit, your local comic shop. Here to let you know we're doing 20% off the entire store, now through Christmas. So unleash your gift-giving spirit, let your passion transmit. Do what we do and take it to the limit. Visit GothamCityLimit.com for more information.
1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
All right, we're back here on The Drill. It's a GFL Friday. Chatting it up with the Whisperer here this morning. Friday 5-pack still coming your way this hour. I've let Dan Hicken get back in and see if I can rally a little bit. So Trevor goes into Operation Shutdown. Denny, where's it? It appears, and again, I'm speaking from the spot of a gossip columnist. I'm reading, reading posts and body language and press conference snippets. It doesn't feel like Peterson and Trevor Lawrence are so close anymore.
You know, they're spending Christmas.
It feels like there's a disconnect. It feels like that. And I don't have any. I wish I could tell you guys I've scooped it out and through a friend of a friend. Spies are telling me. I just sense it though. And
how could they not?
Well, I mean, let me ask you. All right, never mind. Again, I'm not doing a referendum on Trevor Lawrence and where he is and what he'll be and what he was called and what is he now. I'm not doing this every day for the next 10 years. We'll just ride it out as it goes. But as best you can tell, I keep asking this question of everyone. I don't know. Maybe it's not the right question. Why, when the other team runs football plays, does their quarterback go back to pass? And when he cuts it loose, their receiver is in an area with 4 or 5 yards of open space around him. Yet when our quarterbacks, Mac Jones, Trevor Lawrence, C.J. Beathard, whoever it may be, when our quarterbacks go back to pass and let it go, they're trying to throw it through a crack in a door. There's a guy draped all over our guy. Yeah. Like, I don't know enough about playbooks. I've been saying it since the beginning of the year, the playbook's stale. I'll now say the playbook is beyond stale. I don't know what time machine they got it out of, but everyone around the league is lighting up the scoreboard and producing, and you guys are the worst at it. They're terrible. What happened to the Doug Peterson offense, the Peterson-Lawrence pairing, and any production at all by this team?
That's such a good way to phrase that question. And it's such a long answer, but the simple thing is
it's a long question too. I apologize.
No, the simple answer is you got to be really good at something for something else to open up. Like defenses, you have to know going into a game, this defense has to do this because they have to take away our tight end, our run game, our deep threat, our whatever it is, our RPO game, whatever it is.
And that should open something else. Yeah,
they don't have that.
Or do they have it and they're not doing a good enough job of exploiting it? How can you tell me that Brian Thomas Jr. is not a deep threat? How's he not opening up a drag route whatever?
But then you go from that to the best thing you can do for your deep threat is to have a run game.
I don't know where that's gone to.
Play action, deep threat, or even in that situation, like you got to have another receiver that drops them into coverage, and you have time to throw that deep route.
Is this playbook less culpable than I'm making it? Is the playbook fine? Is what they do?
As everybody else.
We're just not. Okay, what about the play calling then? If, it's not often the board, it's the chess master. It's not the pieces you have. It's when do you move them and where? Are we getting out played there?
That's the tough part because, when you're offensive line, when you don't know if you have time to do much, like that play calling gets very hard. And then I think play calling, there's a rhythm, there's a timing aspect to it. 90% of the game is on a script, basically. This is what we're trying to do, game plan. But then 10%, like as a play caller or as an elite player, like you should affect the game at that point. And there's a talent to know when that 10% is. And you watch guys like Shanahan, you watch guys like McVay, you watch guys like there's 4 plays a game. You're like, oh, wow.
McVay's terrific, by the way.
Yeah, unreal.
He may be the second. If I had him ranked, I might put him second behind Andy Reid.
Yeah. Well,
I really may.
Yeah.
He's incredible, dude.
But you even watch like what they do in Buffalo. We don't have that here.
Yeah.
We don't have that. There's not that timing mechanism of, oh, my gosh, that was a great call. We're almost
a great play. I mean, There's nothing stands out. It's a lot of 3rd and 7 around here.
Being made, Trevor.
Is it so stale and stagnant? Is there any way at all in your mind, Denny, and I'm not asking you to be the personnel director, start hiring and firing people. Is there any way at all that this offense with this pairing and this group could ever get on track and be good?
I think it's past that point.
Yeah, it feels that way.
Yeah, I think it's past that point. I think earlier in the year maybe, but right now, I just don't see it. It would be hard for me to believe that there's any level of trust in each other left in that building right now. Offense to defense, defense to offense, coaches to players, players to coaches. It just seems like one of those situations that just needs to be kind of redone. And I still think Doug Peterson's a good coach. I don't think he's done coaching. He'll go somewhere. He'll have some success. But right now in Jacksonville, this thing needs to be restructured completely, which is unfortunate because we do that every 3
And I want
years.
to go back to college again before we let you go. Appreciate the extra time today. Overtime. We don't pay time and a half, but he gave it to us anyway. What's going to happen here with this whole Quinn Ewers, Arch Manning situation? Is Ewers pro ready? Will he be in the draft this year? He doesn't.
I'm assuming.
Yeah,
I'm assuming
because now we're getting like rumors he might transfer back to Ohio State. Quinn Ewers. Rumors that Arch Manning might transfer to North Carolina or Georgia. You know,
I mean, something's got to happen.
What if Belichick called the Mannings today? He's already on the phone.
Yeah.
And what would jumpstart if Bill? And again, there's no rumors but if Bill Belichick played off of his, don't you think Peyton and Eli would suggest to Arch? It's probably no terrible idea.
I probably shouldn't say this out loud.
Okay.
But I was at a Manning camp this summer where Bill Belichick was the entire camp. So there's obviously a relationship.
Sure. And they do the Manning cast together.
Right. There's obviously. So, yeah.
If North Carolina got Arch Manning, would they be in the playoff next year?
Yeah, because they would have a flood of people coming.
Bill Belichick and Arch Manning. So there, again, can we go revisit any sort of question about whether Belichick was a good hire?
Yeah.
He doesn't have to register with the youth. He doesn't have to have TikTok. He doesn't have to do anything. He has to go get Arch Manning. If he gets Arch Manning, they're a playoff team next year.
Yeah. I mean,
I don't even know if that's in the plans, but I would suggest to Mr. Belichick maybe approach it that way.
Oh, I guarantee you he's thought of it. Yeah, I mean, the Mannings, though, don't they seem
loyal and just going to sit tight and take his time, and he'll play when he plays, and he knows he's going to.
We know he's good.
Yeah.
When he gets in, he's going to be fine. But the Quinn question's a legit question.
Is he an NFL quarterback? Do you think he's ready? Who is he? Knicks? Is that who he plays like? Or
not? A little bit. I don't think he's as athletic. As,
I mean, because he's not been great.
No.
Is he a first round pick? I
have no idea.
I mean, here's the thing: if you're Ewers, and this is serious, this is what college football is.
Yep.
Can you not convince Ohio State to give you $3 million to come play there next year?
Oh, without question.
Okay, is he going to make $3 million if he's a 4th round draft pick next year?
Probably not.
Maybe not.
No, probably not.
I mean, it's to the point where somehow, ridiculously, it behooves a college player financially to play one more year than go into the draft.
I love that. I absolutely love that. I think we're back to the point now where guys are getting reps for when they get into the NFL. So I love that part of it. And by the way, Ohio State's got a dude. I would doubt it would be Ohio State. That freshman they got's incredible. But Quinn Ewers would, without a shadow of a doubt, get $3 million if he went into the portal. There's no doubt about that. Like wherever he wanted to go, just about. So yeah, I don't know. It's an interesting thought. I don't know what this draft's going to turn out to be. I mean, you look at it, and I'm talking to teams, and there's such a big variance of thought about this quarterback class that I don't know if it's good to hop in it or if it's good to wait a year. It's super interesting this late in the year to still not know.
Yeah, for sure. All right, Danny, appreciate it, man.
Yeah, man.
What you got going on this week? You get to kind of finally relax here for a few weeks, or now you get into draft prep and all that kind of stuff?
Well, we get into draft prep, but I'm here, so thank goodness. So, now that Georgia's got a few weeks off, I don't have to travel, so it's fantastic.
All right.
Spend time with
Terrific.
the fam.
Well, you have a great weekend. Happy
too,
holidays
man.
to you and the fam, and we'll be back with more on the other side. Let's try and offer up a winning week in the Friday 5-pack. That's coming up next. Visit with the Gator Bowl. The matchup is now set, and how exactly we got to it, we'll get the inside the room discussion point when it comes to that storyline as well. So you are up and at 'em with us. It's GFL Friday on The Drill.
The Drill on 1010XL. From the studios of Republic Services, we'll handle it from here.
Looking for a new vehicle? Take a look at Jenkins Hyundai of Jacksonville. Now's the time to save big. Choose from more than 250 new and over 1,000 used and certified pre-owned vehicles on the lot, or shop anytime at JenkinsHyundaiofJacksonville.com. Hyundai has one of the top warranties in the business. Lifetime, powertrain, and 5-year bumper-to-bumper warranty, plus 3 years free maintenance on a new vehicle. Give them the chance to earn your business today on Atlantic Boulevard or at JenkinsHyundaiofJacksonville.com.
If you suffer from constant burning, tingling, or numbness in your hands or feet, it could be a serious condition called neuropathy. I'm Dr. Nathan Riddle, DC with Riddle Wellness in Ponte Vedra. Neuropathy is treatable, and we have seen great results by using state-of-the-art, non-invasive therapies to target damaged nerves, reduce symptoms, and improve nerve function. Call 904-395-5598 to schedule your free consultation today and learn how you can live pain-free. Call 904-395-5598.
Our slogan, Know Before You Blow, applies to more than just DUI cases. Hi, I'm attorney Lee Lockett of Lockett Law. Battery charges can result in jail time and criminal convictions too, so know before you blow a gasket and hit a loved one or a stranger. Drug crimes like possession of marijuana and cocaine will land you in cuffs too, so know before you blow. In a boating under the influence case, you also have the option to blow or not to blow. So know your options. Know before you blow. Go to knowbeforeyoublow.com now. Offices Jacksonville.
Hey everybody, Mike Dempsey here for Dandy Foods. Dandy subs and sandwiches. Look, we always want you to think about those great options as you're driving around Duval. But the beauty is, even as I'm dropping pounds, Dandy's got great options for me as well. Told you all about their protein packs, delicious salads that they have out there. They have fruit cups for on the go. You know what they have. Veggie snack trays. You can grab those on the go as well. Perfect, healthy snack. Dandy is the name to know when you're on the go. So stop into a Gate store anywhere around Duval and make yours a dandy, and do it today.
Hey folks, Dave Binion with Zero Res. I asked my wife what she wants for Christmas, and she said the same thing she does every year. She wants a clean home full of family and friends. That means the carpets, the tile and grout, the large oriental rug in our family room, and the huge sectional sofa that everyone loves to hang out on all need a good Zero Res cleaning. Give Zero Res a call and get your carpets cleaned for only $49 a room, and get your tile and grout cleaned for 25% off. Zero Res, spelled forward or backwards, it's the right way to clean.
Discover the difference that local expertise makes at First Coast Lighting and Fans. Visit their showroom at the Avenues and browse high-quality products to match your desire for elegance, quality, and uniqueness at First Coast Lighting and Fans.
Dr. Kevin Murphy with Southeast Orthopedic Specialist, congratulating our Scholar Athlete of the Week, Kylie Johnson, senior basketball and flag football player at Atlantic Coast High. Kylie is a member of the National Art Honor Society and is a member of the Fellowship of Christian Athletes. Congratulations, Kylie.
1010XL's Army-Navy focus is anchored by Superior Fence and Rail, where quality matters.
I'm Chris Griffith, United States Marine Combat Veteran. The Navy, a determined unit both in water and sky, honoring the most storied members of naval aviation, the Jolly Rogers. The Naval Academy brings that same determination to the football field, setting sail to the nation's capital for one mission: beat Army and secure the Secretary's trophy, not for self, but for country.
If you're tired of your fence looking like a bad hair day, well, it's time for a fence makeover with Superior Fence and Rail. They'll make your yard the talk of the town with a new fence installed by their expert team.
Your fence is fantastic. My fence is giving all of my neighbors some serious pick and envy. Thanks, Superior Fence and Rail.
So get off the fence and call Superior Fence and Rail for your fence installation project today.
SuperiorFenceandRail.com. Big Chief Tire offers affordable quality tires for every type of vehicle. Frank Frangie here. Whether you're looking for all-season tires, high-performance options, or something more budget-friendly, Big Chief has the perfect set to keep you rolling. Their expert technicians ensure your tires are installed quickly and safely so you can drive with confidence. Visit WeKeepJacksRolling.com or call 904-932-0950 to schedule your appointment and check out their unbeatable tire deals today. Big Chief Tire keeps Jacks rolling.
You don't have to be a football star to get a signing bonus. The team at Republic Services needs your skills, and they're paying up to $5,000 for you to join the roster. You'll be joining a winner. As an essential business, the Republic Services trucks have not stopped rolling with hourly and weekly pay and better benefits and vacation packages than the rest of the league. Driver trainees, $1,000 sign-on bonus. CDL drivers, $3,000. Diesel mechanics, $5,000 bonus. Join the winning team at Republic Services today. Visit republicservices.com.
Equal opportunity employer. Here's Linda Beaver.
Have you heard? Beaver Toyota and Beaver Chevrolet are aiming to sell 1,000 vehicles this December. How? I've told my team to take all reasonable offers. We won't lose your business over price. With thousands of cars, trucks, and SUVs on the ground, all priced to sell, we guarantee the most money for your trade and the easiest car buying experience ever. I promise we ain't leaving nothing on the table. This is the absolute last weekend. Visit Beaver Toyota in St. Augustine or Beaver Chevrolet in Jacksonville. We're here to wow you.
What's good, sports bettors? It's your boy E to the T. An opportunity is knocking this weekend in the sports betting world, and MyBookie has all the action you want to take. This Sunday at 1 p.m., the New York Jets come down to Duval County as a 3.5-point favorite to beat the home team. Neither team has been playing particularly well, and with a 40.5-point total, probably looking to take the under on this one. And at 4 o'clock, we may have the game of the year. Man, bump that. We might have a Super Bowl preview. It's the Buffalo Bills at the Detroit Lions. The Lions are favored by 2.5 at home, and the game total is a whopping 54.5. Everybody's going to want to get in on the action on this one, so pay attention to the prop bets and play the over on the lines that you like for yardage and touchdowns. And Sunday night, the Packers travel to Seattle to take on them Seahawks. And give a good look at the Packers covering a 2.5-point spread as underdogs. Sign up now on MyBookie and get that double deposit bonus that doubles your first deposit up to $1,000. And make sure you use that promo code 1010XL and make this season your winning season at MyBookie. Come on, somebody.
This holiday season, give the gift of team spirit with FOCO. Apparel, headwear, home decor, and more. Use code 1010XL15 at checkout for 15% off. FOCO ships fast for the holidays. Head to FOCO.com/1010XL.
This is Dr. Kevin Kaplan, head team physician for your Jacksonville Jaguars. Here's the latest update on the Jags, brought to you by Baptist Health and JOI.
Jag OC Press Taylor has decided good things happen when wide receiver Brian Thomas Jr. gets the ball.
We're going to force him the ball at some point in time, and you don't always want to go that way, but we felt like that was something we needed to do.
Defensive coordinator Ryan Nielsen remarked on the challenge of facing Aaron Rodgers.
He can make every throw, ball's coming out quick. It's going to be a huge challenge, as it is every time you play him. Still playing at a high level.
JTA Game Day Express is back. Save gas and avoid parking hassles as the Jaguars take on the New York Jets this Sunday. Let them do the driving with multiple locations around town and My Passes starting at just $10 on the MyJTA app. To learn more, visit jtafla.com. That's your Jacksonville Orthopedic Institute Jaguar update. I'm Sam Nelson.
1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
It's not Halloween. But you better look out. Don't see any black cats run. Don't walk under any ladders, right? You see any zombies, get going. It's Friday the 13th game. If you grew up in my era, that could still send you into some sort of flashback.
Yeah. I don't really fool with that.
Yeah, you don't mess with that. You don't like those.
No,
you don't like those slasher movies. I was alive for the genesis of that genre, right? The slasher horror movies. That's a relatively new thing. Those really started. Look, you could have one like back in the day, and it would be like, oh my god, like some big story. But they became super popular there at the end of the '70s, into the '80s, and I would say Friday the 13th, along with Halloween, would be the two, Mount Rushmores. I don't think there's a third. There was a couple that joined later. I would put, personally, Nightmare on Elm Street into that little category of those horror movies, that genre that just kind of changed the direction. And it's been 1,000 of them since, haven't there?
Yeah, and I ain't seen none.
Yeah, I like them. Not the blood and guts part. I like this chill part, right? Mm-hmm. I like that part, and I always have somehow.
The Sixth Sense... I feel like
that's scary. That's not a stabby one, though. That's more of a ghost story kind of deal. I mean, we don't have to worry about spoiler alerts on a movie that came out 25 years ago, but in The Sixth Sense, it's really cool. At the end, Bruce Willis is a ghost. Like, he's walking around having a conversation. It looks like he's a therapist, but the way they shoot the movie the whole time, when his interaction with other people, it looks like he might really, but then at the end you learn that it's, spoiler alert. If you're planning, if you've been waiting 22 years to see a fresh perspective on The Sixth Sense. Sorry. By the way, why did Friday the 13th become, thought of as unlucky? I mean, forget Friday the 13th, the slasher movie. I mean, it's all based on Friday the 13th being a typically unlucky day. Poor boy, like so much, it goes back to the olden days, and in this case, religion. We don't know exactly why Friday the 13th became thought of as unlucky, but many think it comes from the Christian religion. In the Bible, Judas, a person who betrayed Jesus, was the 13th guest at the Last Supper. Also in the Bible, many unfortunate things happen on Friday. So there are some that offer up that. In some form or fashion, you're going to find it either a theological or a mythological roots to why Friday the 13th is unlucky. But in our generation now, I think when you think Friday the 13th, you think more horror movie slasher film than you do necessarily a superstitious day. Like, my man E.T. didn't even know it was a Friday the 13th today until I did it.
Right. I told
By the way,
that.
speaking of Friday the 13th, particularly December the 13th, E.T., if you would. I mean, Friday the 13th is it's a day of just sweetness and joy. And Friday the 13th is my mama's birthday, E.T.
Mama Dukes!
Oh, shout out to Nancy Pants this morning. Yeah. 64 again this year. Still holding up terrific. Year after year after year. So, her and Holmes will be gallivanting off somewhere today. Treat her like she deserves, Pops. Happy birthday to my mama, who turned an age that will not be revealed today here on a Friday the 13th. All right, enough. I've been putting it off. The Friday 5-pack is taking a turn for the worse. I went 2 and 3 last week. I've gone from +4 to -4 in the last 3 or 4 weeks, and Hicken is just slowly but surely mediocring his way back into contention. In fact, it's pretty much a dead heat now down the stretch we come. I'm at a pitiful, embarrassing -4. I've got Dan at -5. Nothing to choose from on the college game except Army-Navy this week, whether it's the over-under total or the sides. Army is a 6.5 point favorite. I'm going to do this. Dan sent in his picks, I'm sure.
Yeah, he did.
So what I need to know is I don't did he pick Army-Navy?
Yeah.
Okay. Just tell me who he took in Army-Navy. Is that in his top 5 picks? Is he listed?
Army-Navy is in his top 5, but it's not. It's the. All
right. I was just what I was going to do is I was going to throw that. I can't get a feel on this Army-Navy. I keep convincing myself either way. So whatever he took, I was going to take the opposite just to throw things into hijinks. But I'll wait off on that, and I'll go to the NFL. And I know last week he just greedily, scarfed up the top pick. I was not even, considered that I may have it. So we're going to take the baseline for a walk, keep the cymbals splashy.
Hold on real quick.
Brewbeck in his voice.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The Friday 5-pack, brought to you by MyBookie on 1010XL.
All right. Plenty happening in the National Football League as we peruse the landscape, trying to find those winners and losers that can make the difference at the end of the year when somebody's going to have to pay the piper. All right, I'm not in love with very much on this ticket this week. If you're going to give me the Pittsburgh Steelers +5.5, though, I'm going to take them. I don't care who they're playing. Pittsburgh is at Philly. Philly's been playing good, but man, they've been kind of in turmoil a little bit. I don't know. Let's bank on a close game here. Give me the Steelers +5.5.
And I'll take that right off of Dan's list here.
He had the Steelers also?
He had them on the list.
Okay.
But his first pick,
all right,
Jeffrey, he did go with Army-Navy, but he went with the under.
Okay. That's come in every year.
The under 39.5.
The under has come in, for a lot of years in a row. So that makes sense. Why do I think Denver is going to just... No, everyone's on him. I can't take a team everyone's on. I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll take... Wow, these are some weird spreads, man. Well, at least I don't have Hicken here rushing me, so I'll just take my time here. I'll find the NFL game that I'm going to take Carolina -2.5 over Dallas as we officially put the kibosh on the Cowboys season. Carolina's been hanging around. They've been playing tough. They're playing better teams than Dallas down to the wire, including Kansas City and Tampa. Bryce Young has been playing better. They're at home. I'll take Carolina, the Panthers, -2.5.
You'd say Carolina Panthers -2.5.
Uh-huh.
And you said you didn't want to take the Denver Broncos because everybody's jumping all over them. However, Mr. Dan Hicken thinks otherwise. He will take the Denver Broncos. That is his second pick.
I was going to pick Denver, but I'm saying the public, 70% of the betting public is on Denver. That scares me. So that scared me off of it just a bit.
And he's taking that Denver Broncos -4 against
He's getting 4.5. So none of these little lines that he got to, throw my way last week. This week he'll be subject to my lines, my updates. I'm teasing. It's 4.5 though. I have. I'll make any adjustments that I have to. But in order to keep this going, I don't understand this spread for the life of me. Don't necessarily like playing favorites this much. Chargers are at home. Tampa's got to go all the way across the country, and LA's only a 3-point favorite. Yeah, I'll take the Chargers -3.
Okay. Well, Dan's third pick. He's going out. He's going with those Saints.
Okay.
It's New Orleans Saints +7.5 against the Washington Commanders.
That is a good pick if Carr plays, and that's sketchy if he doesn't.
Exactly.
But, man, 7.5 at home to a rookie quarterback, I will take my chances there. I bet you the under wouldn't be a terrible play there. Here's what I noticed. The Rams played a game last week where they scored 44 points and they won 44-42. They scored 86. And so I'm sure everybody and their brother bet the over on Rams-Niners last night.
Oh, absolutely.
And then the Rams scored 12. The other team that was associated with that 44-42 game were the Buffalo Bills. And the Buffalo Bills, and their projection with the Lions is 54.5. That is an outrageous NFL number. I'm going to say they come back more to the pack. 54.5, dude? That's, give me although, I'm going under 54.5. It just seems 73% of the public is on the over. It's an outrageously high number. And the one good thing about the over, when it's over, it's over. And you gotta ride out the anxiousness of the under a lot more. But 54.5 is an awful lot, and I think this is being driven in large part to watching what Detroit and the Rams did, or the Bills did in their last games. Detroit against Green Bay, 30-something. Buffalo at LA scored 42. I don't know. I bet you it comes back to the pack. Give me the under. Give me under 54.5.
Those New York Jets, they're coming in town this weekend. They will be playing at the Bank, facing your Jacksonville Jaguars.
Okay.
Dan Hicken went with the New York Jets -3.
3.5.
-3.5. Jets minus.
Yeah, that didn't work. Last week he did that with the Titans, and he got us a win. So let's hope the Hicken mush. I think the Jets will win the game. I think they'll cover. I'm not going to put pen to paper, though. I am not going to ride my Friday 5-pack on the team I want to win every week losing. Jag hater Dan Hicken can do that. I'll take the Texans -3 at home against the Dolphins.
Oh.
That'll do it for me. I got the Steelers +5.5 at Philly. The Panthers -2.5 at home against Dallas. The Chargers -3 at home against the Tampa Bay Bucks. Bills Lions to stay under 54.5. And the Texans at home -3 against the Dolphins.
Oh, Dan also has that on his list, but that's not next. He has the Dolphins +3.
Dolphins +3.
But that's not next.
Oh, okay. What's next?
The Kansas City Chiefs -4 against the Browns.
Yeah, this guy, man, I don't know where he gets his lines. At the freebie.com, it's a... I'm just kidding. It's a 4. Chiefs -4?
Uh-huh.
Chiefs -4. So Hick in the book. Chiefs -4. Jets -3.5. Saints +7.5. Broncos -4.5. Army Navy under 39.5. There's your Friday 5-pack. Let's talk Gator Bowl and more when we return. You are listening to The Drill. It's a GFL Friday on 1010XL.
The The Drill on 1010XL. From the studios of Republic Services, we'll handle it from here. It's just the Jags and the NFL.
That's all I ever think about.
Mike Dempsey and Fat Tony bring you Jaguars Today.
Exactly.
From the Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors Studio.
Let's do this, shall we?
10 to noon on
1010XL.
Now you can watch 1010XL shows all day on X, Facebook, and YouTube. Brought to you by MyBookie. Experience Vegas from the comfort of your phone anytime, anywhere. Sign up today. Use promo code 1010XL.
Jingle bells, jingle all the way. It's never fun to have a septic issue on Christmas Day. So go ahead and call Duck Duck Rooter and have your septic tank pumped out today.
904-862-6769 or duckduckrooter.com.
Experience the winning combination of style and performance with Renewal by Anderson. Energy-efficient, custom-built replacement windows and doors. Right now, buy one window or patio door and get one 40% off. Plus, 0 down, no payments, and no interest for 18 months. The first 50 customers get a free True Screen upgrade, but this offer expires December 31st. Renewal by Anderson, proud partner of the Florida Gators. Visit bestwindowsflorida.com for details.
License number CGC 1527613.
Hello, this is Father Nicholas Lowe, and I want to talk to you about being a peacemaker. Friends, so often we can only want to help people who are in our inner circle. But God never had inner circles. The world was his inner circle, and he's depending on us to make a difference and to leave our mark in this life. So go out today receiving his peace and then sharing it with the world.
To hear more inspirational messages by Reverend Dr. Nicholas Lowe, please visit our website at stjohnthedivine.com.
WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach. Every December, pride and honor collide on the gridiron.
Football's greatest classic, the Army-Navy game.
Army-Navy. 1010XL's Army-Navy focus is anchored by Superior Fence and Rail, where quality matters.
We heard you loud and clear, Jags fans, and we're taking it back to the 90s again. The Prowler throwback jerseys return to the field Sunday, December 15th, when your Jaguars take on the New York Jets. Be at the bank to see them in action while joining us for our Inspire Change game. To lock in your seats, head to jaguars.com/tickets or call 904-633-2000. We'll see you at the bank.
The 1010XL restaurant of the day.
Moss Fire Grill in Riverside. Happy hour 3 to 7 with drafts, margaritas, and handcrafted bites starting at only $5. Moss Fire Grill.
See you on the rooftop.
Hey, gang, I couldn't be any happier than to be part of the George Moore Chevrolet family. And when I say family, that's what I mean. That's how they treat you when you visit that beautiful showroom off of Atlantic Boulevard. You'll find out exactly what I'm talking about. No pressure, just friendly help, just smiles, just having a good time. And whether you want a car, a truck, an SUV, electric, pre-owned, you name it, George Moore Chevrolet's got it. You know me, I got my boy Blue, that beautiful blue Silverado. I couldn't be any happier. If you can't make it over to Atlantic Boulevard, that's okay. MooreChevy.com. MooreChevy.com is easy to navigate as any site you can try. All the vehicles, you'll see them right there. Sales, service, parts. Never been more easy to use. See what I did there? George Moore Chevrolet, gang, together. Let's drive.
You've got a Pepto predicament, festive feaster.
Who wants another slice of Grammy's famous pumpkin pie?
I do.
I
do not. I think I need to lay down for a minute. You overdid it on all the family favorites, and now your stomach's throwing a Yuletide tantrum. Undo it with Pepto-Bismol.
When you have nausea, heartburn, indigestion, upset stomach, diarrhea.
Pepto Chewables provide fast 5-symptom relief, so you can get back to the feast and the festivities.
Who's ready for some games?
When you overdo it, undo it with Pepto. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Homeowners, listen up. Did you know that 9 out of 10 borrowers get a better deal by calling Loan Pronto? Hey, it's Prosser here, and the Fed has dropped the rates again. The election is over, and Loan Pronto has APRs in the low 5s for refis, debt consolidation, and purchase loans. If your current mortgage rate is over 6%, or if you're in the process with another lender, don't settle. Call Loan Pronto now for a second opinion. Lock a lower rate today and close in as little as 2 weeks, often with no appraisal. And if you act now, you won't make your first payment till February. This 5-minute call saves homeowners an average of $5,000, lower rates and lower fees. So get your Loan Pronto rate quote instantly with no hard credit pull and no upfront fees like those other guys. It's Loan Pronto.
Call them at 904-999-1508, or you can visit loanpronto.com. That's Loan Pronto at 904-999-1508, loanpronto.com. Equal housing lender, NMLS 1661781, on approved credit, NMLS Consumer Access.org.
I'm Clayton Bromberg, the president of Underwoods. Since 1928, people have admired diamond solitaire necklaces and ear studs that we've hand-selected and put together because of the way they dance and sparkle on a lady's neck or ear. And now, through Christmas, Underwoods is putting all of our diamond solitaire necklaces and ear studs on sale at 15% below our everyday price. We also take trade-ins on these pieces of jewelry, so if you're thinking about growing a diamond solitaire necklace or a pair of diamond studs up to a larger size, this is the ideal time to come see us. To give an example, we normally sell our 1-carat total weight diamond stud earrings for $2,600, but right now they're on sale for $2,210. Our diamond solitaire necklaces are priced the same way, with sizes from 1/5 carat total weight up to 7 carats total weight. So if you need a gift that says forever, make it an Underwood diamond solitaire necklace or a pair of diamond stud earrings.
Underwoods in San Marco, Avondale, and the shops of Ponte Vedra.
Help fight skin cancer by playing golf at the Hit 'em Straight Golf Tournament December 30th at Queens Harbor for a day of food and fun while raising money for the Melanoma Research Foundation. To sign up, call 904-507-1401.
Facing a DUI charge or even a boating under the influence charge? Well, I'm your man, DUI lawyer Malcolm Anthony at 285-4LAW. 285-4LAW. Once again, 285-4LAW.
Here's your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update, sponsored by USA Park Airport Parking. The Raines High School football team is gearing up for a face-off against Miami Northwestern in the 3A state championship game. Raines head coach Donovan Maslin says his players have earned this.
And you have to go in every week to prove yourself, and that's what they've been doing, just coming out playing team ball.
The matchup is set for Saturday at 7:30 in Miami's Pit Bull Stadium. As an indicator, the future's bright for Florida football. 4 Gator freshmen have been named to the freshman All-SEC team. Among the 4 are running back Jaden Baugh. He played in all 12 games this season. Our in-state pro teams in the NBA saw the Miami Heat get the win over the Toronto Raptors. NHL, Tampa Bay Lightning got the W over the Calgary Flames, and the Florida Panthers took the L from the Vancouver Canucks. That's your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update. I'm Sam Nelson.
It's 9:03 and it's 56 degrees. Your time and your temp is brought to you by Bueller Air and Plumbing. Stay cooler with Bueller.
1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning, Gookin Nation. It's another hour with Duval's Big Dogs of Sports Media. Dan Hicken.
Yes.
Jeff Prosser.
Blah, blah, freaking blah.
And E to the T.
E.T. is the GOAT producer. All right, down the stretch we come. Man, where is the year gone? We welcome the folks from the Gator Bowl in studio with us. Greg McGarity, Andy King. Thank you, 904. The deal is done. It'll be Duke and Ole Miss. Take us through those hours of, final negotiations and just how you end up landing on this in conjunction with the other bowls that you obviously have to be in partnership with.
Well, Andy was in the room when we were having our discussions, and really at that point in time, you are told who you're going to have.
Yeah. So you do your lobbying up until then. Yeah. Everybody knows what Gator Bowl wants, what the whatever they call them nowadays, what all these cities bowls want, and then you just get told.
So the first shoe to drop was Ole Miss. The conference called and said, "You have Ole Miss. Talk to you later."
That's it.
So,
right.
There's no discussion.
And by the way, what an awesome draw. Ole Miss is a terrific football team. They're exciting. They've got a coach who is, brings a fanfare. By all accounts, they're going to play their personnel. Absolutely. It looks like, and they are deserving of a trip that they want with the season that they had. I'm assuming he got a little bit pigeonholed this year by the fact that it wasn't just the depth of the SEC, but you the first 3 knocking on the playoff door were SEC teams.
Right. I think, kind of quote my kids, it's not that deep. You got 3 teams that are South Carolina, Alabama, and Ole Miss that just missed the playoff. I mean, real strong teams, 9-3. And, at the end of the day, they asked, so you got the 6 bowl games that they could go to. And they asked the teams, hey, you guys had a really good season. Where do you
top three, you get first priority.
Where do you want to go? Everybody wants to go to Florida. Everybody wants to go to Florida.
Well, that speaks well for the bowl, by the way.
We got 3 games in Florida, 3 teams that were 9-3 and had really good years. So the SEC says, hey, they all want to come to Florida.
That's right.
You're coming to Florida. And they just kind of pieced them out, and we got Ole Miss, which is great because all the guys are playing. The quarterback playing Jackson Dart is an exceptional quarterback. He'll go high in the draft. For him to play is really something.
Ole Miss has a history. If I'm not mistaken, didn't Archie Manning play in this game with a broken arm?
Yes.
Sure did against Auburn.
Yeah.
Years ago, and Archie spoke to our group earlier. His memory of that game is just so vivid.
Right.
And played with a broken arm, a cast on his left arm.
I remember seeing a picture of it. Well, there's one hanging in your offices, I think. It's probably where I saw that.
If you watch that SEC Storied, which we love.
Those are really
great.
cool.
And there's the Manning one. It's probably one of the best.
Okay.
It highlights him playing in that game with that broken arm. It's a lot of highlights.
Listen, look, Greg, I know you've been in the bowl side of things for, gosh, a half dozen years now. But before that, you were on the other side of this equation. So tell me how it's changed from the school's perspective. Like when you were at Florida and you were weighing bowl opportunities, did it operate a little differently than it does now sitting in 2024 on this side of the table?
Pretty similar.
Okay.
I mean, you told the conference office who you'd like, where you'd like to go, and they try to match things up. But certainly during the heyday at the University of Florida, you were always playing usually in a New Year's Day 6 bowl game.
And that makes it easy.
And when you weren't, you were usually in the state. You were either in Tampa or Jacksonville,
Miami.
Very rarely did you travel to Memphis, Nashville. I can't think.
I don't think they did.
Never did.
They either went to New Orleans for the Sugar Bowl because you won the SEC, because that also is a tie-in that doesn't exist per se. It goes on to the playoff, so there's that. I guess you caught the tail end of the era where a bowl could just go to any team it want and give them money and invite them. Didn't matter the record. In fact, Florida got that a little bit with that Notre Dame Sugar Bowl, right? Isn't that Notre Dame team one of the last ones that got offered a bowl that maybe they didn't, quote, deserve? They kind of changed how we evaluate these teams.
I think in Andy's generation, when they first entered the Gator Bowl committee, you did actually go politic and lobby for teams and convince them to come. But now when ESPN, which runs, or Disney, which runs 40 of the 40, they televise 40 of the 42 bowls.
Okay.
So they dominate. So now that they were in play, they're certainly dumping tons of money. So they sort of have a pick now, too, as well as who they'd like to see to help their ratings.
It's a different dynamic from the standpoint of here are these bowls that forever have served their communities and their cities and have made decisions that they think best suit their specific cities and markets. And now, I'm guessing when you kick off and when you play is also being determined by ESPN and the bowls. So it's kind of an odd thing happens here. So part of what the bowls were is kind of getting taken away from them and just placed in ESPN's lap, and then you just take whatever TV show they give you. Andy, is that pretty close?
Yeah, I mean it's who holds the gold makes the calls. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
that's the way it works these days.
And in fairness, ESPN has done a terrific job for you. Sure. All these bowls games getting.
They do. And they gave us a great time slot this year.
Absolutely.
They really did us a service by giving us this only game on the second and night game, and so should get pretty good ratings. It's a good matchup. People don't understand Duke. Has won 9 games the last 3 years, and they've won their last 5 bowl games. I mean, this is a pretty good.
I'm shocked at Manny. I wasn't big on the Manny Diaz train. Yeah. I'm shocked he was able to have this immediate success.
And he did it with their quarterback with the Notre Dame.
I know.
And really good.
Elko must have left him a pretty good team, by the way.
Yeah.
Look out for Texas A&M with that guy. That guy can coach, man.
He can. He is.
And just leave Duke in a position where a lot of times when you leave that program you left, bye-bye, baby. They'll go back to 4-8, right?
He made Texas A&M very dangerous, especially with all the assets that Texas A&M has that he's never had before. So
I'm sure Duke is excited. I know you probably run into some at least minor concerns when you get to smaller universities like the alumni. Like we always talk about, like I remember Wake Forest when they were a Gator Bowl team. There's fewer total graduates alive from Wake Forest than the last 5 years from Florida or something like that. It's a crazy number.
That's true.
Duke, you get a little bit of that too?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
A lot of similar to Wake Forest, but it's the first time they've ever played in the Gator Bowl.
I see. That surprised me. I've heard that, and that surprised me. In my mind, I could have told you, I saw Duke play Syracuse or whatever.
It's the first time Duke and Ole Miss have ever played.
That's right.
That's also cool.
Yeah. So, with Duke, obviously, it's a heck of a school. Right, so the premium seats fill up pretty quick because generally you get a Duke degree. You're probably on your way to making a pretty good bit of coin, and so
Duke is not to this point asked to play the game in the arena.
That's correct.
Right, or they're going to play football. It can't be basketball, right?
Yeah. We're hoping to get maybe Cooper Flag down here.
Right.
The coin.
The Gator Bowl used to do a basketball tournament in
Years
coordination
ago.
years
Oh,
ago.
really?
That was
Yeah.
fun. Way back when. That's been gone for years, though. Probably 30, 40 years since they've done that. But they used to. There used to be an old Florida 4 basketball tournament as well that was cool back in the day, right? Florida, USF, FSU, and I don't even know if Miami was playing ball then. I don't know if they'd restarted. All right, let's talk about the playoffs just a little bit. Before, I don't know, maybe any future where the playoffs involve the Gator Bowl, just y'all's thoughts on what we saw, how it played out this year. And Greg, I'll ask you as an administrator in college football, are they smart enough to see some major flaws and mistakes that they made in this year's setup and change them immediately, or will they stay prisoner to this 2-year deal and allow? I mean, the biggest mistake is there should be a path to guarantee you a spot in the playoff, but in hindsight, this ridiculousness of giving conference champions top 4 seeds was way underthought, it seems.
Yeah, I think that's the one correction they can make going into next year.
Yeah.
Is to make sure the top 4 lines are the top 4 teams' rankings and give those conference champions a slot, but keep them where they are. Don't elevate them to a top 4 seed. So we know we have this for this year and next year, and then we don't know what happens in 26 and beyond, whether they stay at 12 teams, go to 14, go to 16. We'll know within the next 6 months what that map looks like.
Yeah, it shows you the disconnect to me when, the other one that didn't quite, the conference that wasn't one of the top 4 ranked, Clemson is the 12th seed. That tells you that Arizona State and Boise more deserving. Boise might have an argument for being a top 4 seed. I don't mean to dismiss them. They got one loss. It was to Oregon in a game they could have won on the road. So Boise at 3, I don't have a problem with. I don't think that SMU is any good at all, and I don't think Indiana is any good at all. But those aren't seeding. Those aren't setup questions, right? That's just who they decided to go with, and time will tell if that was right. All right, lay out for me a path for Jacksonville to be a part of and the Gator Bowl to be a part of the college football playoff, especially as it expands. And we, obviously are talking about a new stadium here in the next 3 or 4 years and the development that comes along with it.
Well, I think the stadium is the first positive aspect of that.
Mm-hmm.
So once you have that in place, then you've got to develop other things. So we try to educate people to think of the selection committee staying downtown at a hotel and then walking to the stadium. And what do they see in between? And right now, we're nowhere close to being in the running for that. But as things start to develop, as far as entertaining, restaurants, drinking establishments, things for people to do, kind of mirroring what they have in Nashville and Charlotte.
And that's your competition. You're not competing against bowls and their title anymore. You're competing against cities and their hosting ability.
Absolutely.
It's amazing we got a Super Bowl here. God, that has to be the biggest upset in the history of sports.
It is.
I mean, it must have been just before we really started paying attention. How did Jacksonville get a Super Bowl, man? Where did they stay? Did we pitch tents for these guys? What did we even do?
Here.
I know.
You covered it.
I was sitting right there. What in the world? What a bunch of rubes we were.
What was everybody doing? I don't know. It's
we're going to the NFL experience like, the circus had come to town for the first time.
Jacksonville wants to do it.
It was a nasty weather week, too. It's just everything bad. Yeah, it was cold and wet and misty for most of the week. And the actual day of the game, it didn't rain, but it was like cold and wet.
I think the cruise ships were a good idea. I mean, for what you could do.
I guess.
But you had nothing else. I mean, you had to go with
maybe, though, you don't put a game in a city that you need a cruise ship. I guess that was the surprising part.
That's true.
Yeah, that's surprising. All right, so you say that the stadium is a big part of it. You said there's really like a four spot of checklist to get involved in that.
Right. We talked about, too, airport connectivity to major cities.
How are we getting on that?
Well, we're doing a lot better. There's a new concourse going up out at the airport, and I think Mark and his staff are excited about what things can be expanded to take care of that. And the other part was having a community that supports big-time events. And we can check that box not only with our game, but also with the players.
Sure.
I mean, the tremendous...
Florida, Georgia?
Absolutely. So we're there on really two of the
It looks like a state... I mean, let me ask you this, and this is a loaded question. And granted, maybe by then you'll be retired, so you won't have to answer for it. Would you, if you had a guess, in the next 15 years... God, man, I hate to say 2040. That sounds like we're in a sci-fi movie, but that's right around the corner. Will Jacksonville be in the rotation or have hosted a playoff game?
I think within 10 years.
Within 10.
There's a great possibility.
Yeah.
The stadium's done in 28. you're able to then draw people here. At least they have experience in the stadium and how it's run, what's next to it. Then it's up to develop. I know there's discussion about relocating the jail, which would be huge, but also continue the development where Mosh is along the riverfront.
And that Four Seasons will be up, before we know it. Immediately, there's going to be, restaurants, bars are going to gravitate around that. Right. So, yeah. Well, that'd be exciting. In the meantime, I love the Gator Bowl game. I always have, been dozens of them through the years. Being a guy who does a Friday morning show, 7:30 Thursday night kick, not my favorite time, but hey, we'll make it work.
Yeah,
appreciate you guys. We got you one more week, right? We got you guys next week.
Yeah.
I think so, yeah.
Okay, so we'll get down and dirty on the matchup and what we can expect, and we'll by then even more momentum towards this year, Duke and Ole Miss in the Gator Bowl. All right, appreciate you guys. Got good weekends coming up. We'll come back with more. It's a GFL Friday.
Oh, we love it.
On the drill.
The Drill from the studios at Republic Services. We'll handle it from here.
Join Hacker, Leon, and Coach Campo for the Window World of Northeast Florida 5th quarter from Hurricane Grill and Wings, Bartram Park. Yes. 2 hours after the final whistle on game day. Brought to you by Von Rowan Law and Hurricane Grill and Wings on 1010XL.
Do the Garber wiggle, Garber wiggle, 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 Garber wiggle.
It's the time of year all our customers love. At Garber Auto Mall, every 2024 must go. Take advantage of thousands in discounts on all new Chevy, Buick, GMC, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and Ford. Visit us in Green Cove Springs or at GarberAutomall.com. And remember, at Garber Auto Mall, there's always a little room for wiggle.
Garber wiggle, Garber wiggle, 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 Garber wiggle.
Hey, Hicken here for Bowden 9 Associates, where you'll find Jacksonville's most esteemed eye doctors at each of their locations. After being selected for one of the most competitive ophthalmology fellowships in the world, Dr. Frank Bowden, currently called upon for his expert opinion, one of the few cornea and external disease specialists in the area. He's the founder of Bowden Eye. Visit Bowden 9 Associates today and experience the difference. They're keeping the First Coast focused. That's Bowden Eye and Associates.
Is your AC ready for the holidays? Bold City Heating and Air ensures your AC stays in tip-top shape. We know that a clean AC is a healthy AC. Upgrade yours for just $96 a month and enjoy free duct cleanings with your new system. Plus, ask about our 0% financing options.
Bold City AC. We got the crew. Bold City AC.
Visit boldcityac.com.
A lot of companies will tell you they're the best. At Custom Tree Surgeons, they show you every time. Custom Tree Surgeons has built an all-pro team. Every tree service professional has years of experience, continually trained and certified. They know what, when, and how to handle any job. It gets done efficiently and quickly by a team of experts. So for tree trimming, removal, stump grinding, and emergency services, forget any name other than Custom Tree Surgeons. There is no job they can't do better. Go to our website, CustomTreeSurgeons.com. That's CustomTreeSurgeons.com. And let them show you how the job is supposed to get done.
DivorceMenOnly.com. This is Kenny Lay of Kenny Lay and Associates. Our firm specializes in representing men in family law. That's all we do. That's our only focus. We can help with all of your family law needs, such as divorce, custody, alimony, and child support. For over a decade, we have helped thousands of men with these types of issues. We even have an appellate division ready to challenge a judge's ruling. If you need a family law attorney, go to DivorceMenOnly.com. DivorceMenOnly.com. Offices, Jacksonville.
Hey, sports fans, it's Hayes Carline from MyBookie. Opportunity is knocking this weekend in the sports betting world, and MyBookie has all the action you want to take. This Sunday, 1 p.m., the New York Jets come to town as 3.5-point favorites to beat your home team. Neither team is playing particularly well with a 40.5-point game total. Take the under in this one. At 4 o'clock, we have maybe the game of the year. The Bills at the Lions. The Lions are favored by 2.5 at home. The game total is a whopping 54.5. Everybody is going to want action on this game, so pay attention to the prop bets and play the over on the lines that you like for yardage and touchdowns. Sunday Night Football, the Packers travel to play the Seahawks. Give a strong look for the Packers to cover. The 2.5-point spread is underdogs. Sign up now at MyBookie and get a double deposit bonus that doubles your money on your very first deposit up to $1,000. Make yourself a winner this weekend with MyBookie, and don't forget that promo code 1010XL.
When you're hungry for midday sports talk, share a table with helmets and heels.
It's a bad idea to travel on an empty stomach.
Mia, Lauren, and Taylor. We like hungry.
Switched on by First Coast Lighting and Fans.
Noon to 2 weekdays on 1010XL.
Are you looking for a place to outfit your truck or van? It's Catlin Truck Accessories. For 105 years and 4 generations, Catlin is the name you can count on. This is Keith Catlin, and we know trucks and vans too. From Lear toppers, ladder racks, van shelving, strobe lighting, rolling lot bed covers, and everything in between. If you want quality products and great customer service, there's only one name. It's Catlin.
Who can you count on? Count on Catlin.
For 105 years, you can count on Catlin.
The Sawgrass Marriott Golf Resort and Spa is the perfect place for indulging in a pampering spa treatment. This holiday season, give the gift of wellness with a gift card and take advantage of the spa's current promotion. With the purchase of a $75 gift card or more, guests get a credit towards a future service. With healing massages, revitalizing facial treatments, and more, a day at the Sawgrass Spa makes the perfect gift. Purchase in person at Sawgrass Spa during operating hours.
Elbow pain, whether acute or chronic, can make it difficult to do normal activities like playing sports, doing household chores, or even sleeping comfortably. Dr. George Barr here, and no one wants to deal with pain without solutions on how to feel better. We've all heard of tennis and golfer's elbow, but there's plenty more that can cause pain, like osteoarthritis, muscle tears, and nerve entrapment. All are treatable at Barr Orthopedics. Getting you back to full health is our mission, and there's a number of different treatment options we can offer. Call us today or visit barrorthopedics.com.
Get off the ladder and put on the helmet with Gutter Helmet of North Florida. We are family owned and manufactured locally. Cleaning your gutters is a dangerous and dirty job. That's why with Gutter Helmet, you'll never clean your gutters again. Water goes in your gutters while trash and debris go on the ground. It won't collect like filters do. Gutter Helmet protects. Call now for 10% off and a free gutter cleaning and tune-up with your purchase of Gutter Helmet. Call 904-762-7779.
1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
I was part of an event, a few weeks back, and part of what we did, we were gifted like handcrafted knives.
Right.
And I forgot mine at the event, so the people at the event brought it by for me.
How nice of them.
And left it at the front gate. But needless to say, Molly, had a little raised eyebrows when it was revealed that this is what they were bringing me. Like I, got plans to shiv someone after the show, so I'm gonna put this back in. Well, that right there. But I did. I did enjoy that. I enjoyed talking to the Gator Bowl folks there. It's interesting to get an idea. At the end of the day, they just wanted. There are too many teams wanted to come to Florida, and 7-5 wasn't going to give the Gators the priority they wanted. Right? Gators wanted, they wanted to have some priority. The Gator Bowl wanted the Gators. The Gators wanted the Gator Bowl. And it just, there were too many 9-3 deserving, teams that got a place ahead of them in line. It was pretty much just, it's kind of as simple as that. There's not much more to be done. It was certainly a matchup that the Gator Bowl were hopeful they could get, and one that they didn't. Well, this didn't go so well. This guy's been playing on borrowed time and off of old resumes and legacies anyway. Nobody got older and no good faster than OBJ.
Oh, yeah.
Right? I mean, that guy just got old and impotent and ineffective really fast. I'll remind you, when OBJ came into the league, and you know this, he was setting records.
Oh, he came in hot.
He was setting records, and now he'd be looking for his next squad. Is there a market for the receiver? The Miami Dolphins and Odell Beckham have agreed to part ways. Miami granting OBJ's release. The 3-time only Pro Bowler is hoping for another opportunity with a different team. He'll be on waivers until Monday. By the way, the Ravens and Rams, 2 teams he formerly played for, now in playoff position, and maybe could use some help at receiver. The Rams have been beat up at the position, and the Ravens traded for Deontay Johnson, and gosh knows what's gone wrong there. But OBJ's 32 now. Began the season on the physically unable to perform list. Activated on October 5th. He's had 33 snaps in 3 games with no reception. So absolutely zero impact. I mean, it started so good early in his career. But he spent just 1 season or less with his last 3 teams. Joined the Rams in 2021 after coming over from the Browns. He was there for 2 years, tore his ACL in the Super Bowl, missed the entire 2022 season. Ravens gave him $18 million for 1 year last year.
$18 million last year.
Wow.
Yeah.
1 year, $18 million. What are you doing? Wow, that is bad, man. Anyway, he'll look for. If I'm the Ravens or the Rams and I need a receiver, I'm not signing OBJ. It's not the direction I'm going. You know, the Jaguars have added a body at receiver. We haven't talked about it a lot, but that Josh Reynolds, you know who that is?
Yeah, from Detroit, right?
Yeah, it was from Detroit. Yeah. Denver, this year he's played for the Rams in the past. He's I got to be honest, in the current state of condition of the Jaguars roster, he's probably the second best receiver we have available this week.
Come on down.
So we'll see if he's involved at all. I watched the College Football Awards show. If you're trying to get any clear thoughts or focus on who's going to win the Heisman tomorrow, it's hard to take much out of what we saw from the award show because on the one hand, you had Travis Hunter, by the way, probably should not have won the Biletnikoff. That probably wasn't fair. He's a great receiver, and he had a great year, but there are other receivers that topped him in every single category, and it should probably be, the award should be utilized to reward some of those guys. Travis Hunter's going to get plenty of recognition in his career, and so to recognize him as the best receiver in all of college football for an 8-4 team when there are guys on other teams just as successful who have better numbers, there might be an argument there. I'm not going to argue against the Thorpe Award. I mean, he's a shutdown corner for sure, but he won Receiver of the Year, the Biletnikoff, and the Defensive Player of the Year, not even the Thorpe, the Bednarik, the overall Defensive Player of the Year. So it makes you think, well, how does this guy not win the Heisman? And then you look at Ashton Genty and what he's done, completely rewritten what production looks like at the running back position. Only Barry Sanders has run for more. You could argue, single-handedly put an entire program on his back and carried him into the playoffs. Something that Hunter, and with some help from other first-round picks, potentially could not do. So maybe the Heisman vote is tough as it's been in my own mind, where ET has reminded me I flip-flopped and changed my mind 4 times in the last 3 days. Did you say Joe Yu has dialed up the program today?
Yes, sir.
Oh, it's exciting perhaps to revel in the glory that is the Davey O'Brien Award. Hello, Joe. Good morning.
Top of the morning, Jeffrey E.T. Yeah, Davey O'Brien made the right choice. That was good. I think Travis has a Heisman locked up. It's what he's done has been special to play both sides of the ball, but he definitely isn't the best receiver in college football.
He's a really good player. I would give him the Heisman, but I could understand the argument for the Genty voters. I could. I mean, we are underselling what this guy's done. It's unbelievable. I mean, nobody's done it. All these great running backs, all of them at every level, no one's done what this guy's doing week after week after week. 200 yards, 2 touchdowns, 8-man boxes. They can't stop him. I'm going to predict that dude's going to be really good in the league. There's Captain Obvious checking in.
Yeah, I think playing on that blue field doesn't help. If he would play for Auburn, or if he played for Georgia Tech, I mean, but playing on that blue field, the games are late. Nobody sees. You see all his, stats, but I haven't seen any of his games. I've seen all the highlights.
Well, no, I have actually. Somebody sent me on the text line today. I can give you the specifics on that. I'm cycling back to find the text. But to your point, gosh, dog it. He's playing. Listen, because I said part of what hurts Hunter and how we connect with him is some of their games have been played at odd times, right? Played at 9:00 out west against, somebody from Arizona or somewhere, and that doesn't help. But then somebody sent me the actual facts are that almost every one of Genty's game took place after 8:00, many of them on weeknight. Here we go. Colorado had 2 games start after 8 p.m. Eastern. Boise had 5 games start after 8 p.m. Eastern. Boise having more games at late night probably hurts.
Yep.
And then there's just some more opinion here. But, yeah, as far as the actual dynamics of when these teams were played and showcased and when you got the chance to see them, you got more opportunity. And, by the way, it's a lot easier road. He's got all the self-promotion. He's got all the attention, Travis Hunter. Genty's having to just force his way into the conversation. And I get this feeling, Joe. I'm with you. I think Travis Hunter should win. I also thought Peyton Manning would win. And it's ironic that the guys in the position are like opposites, but Travis Hunter is Peyton Manning in this equation. He's the guy that we've known about since he was in high school. He's the can't-miss 5-star. He's the one that lived up to the billing that he was. That's what Peyton did. And then you got the other guy who's just doing something unique. At the time, Woodson playing 2 ways was unique. Well, Genty's uniqueness is shattering the all-time rushing record. And so I
think the difference,
But I think that that guy who doesn't care that much is going to give his vote for support. Listen, I know Hunter's going to win, but man, this Genty had a hell of a year. I'm going to give him my vote. I think that happened some with Woodson, and I think that's going to happen some this time.
I think what Woodson, though, is the difference. I think Woodson benefited from what Travis benefits from, which is the ESPN hype.
That's fair.
Because of the highlights, because of Deion. I think, as a New Orleanian and Peyton fan, it's ESPN pushed that guy over with their overhyping it to make it a race. Everybody thought it was Peyton's all year, and they're like, hey, we can make it a horse race, and then we can really, guy throwing the Heisman pose, after a touchdown as opposed to Peyton's gaudy numbers. But I think Dylan is the only guy who shouldn't be there. I know you're going to say, well, they lost 2 out of the last 3 games, but Cam's numbers are
Cam is
reflective
deserving.
of the Heisman.
Yeah, for sure.
But Dylan is not. That's the only person I think is not.
It's funny. And that's fair. That's kind of the team. What I expected his numbers to be better than they were when I looked at him. And I know he's had a good career and he had good numbers last year for
lifetime achievement.
Yeah, that's fair. And he's not going to win. He's going to finish 4th. So to your point, there's nothing to get too wound up about. I just have one question for you before you go. What happened to your basketball program? What's going on with Larinaga?
I don't know, man.
Right? It's weird.
It is frustrating. Hey, before I get out, I want to say this. It's a great American company. It's a tradition in this country, and it's a great brand. But, bro, Pop-Tarts Bowl, come on. We got to get a better name. We're getting clowned, bro.
Yeah, that's fair.
Pop-Tarts.
Yeah.
It's the highest prestige. If you look at it's the most money of the ones that are left over that you can play in.
Which one? I don't even know. Is that the Sun Bowl? Which one is that?
No, it's in Orlando.
Oh, it's in Orlando.
I think it was the Outback or the
Champ Sports Bowl.
The Champ Sports is what it was. Yeah.
Champ Sports.
Yeah. No, that's fair. Pop-Tarts Bowl. That's kind of clowny. That's for sure. Yeah. Again, the Sun Bowl. I'm sorry, I got the wrong breakfast food. Remember, that's the Tony the Tiger.
At least it's not mayonnaise, I guess. At least it's not mayonnaise.
Duke's Mayo.
All right, boys. Y'all have a good one.
All right, my man. Have a good weekend. There he goes. Joe, you took it like a man, the Miami fall apart. I'll give Miami credit. They didn't scream and cry about how they should have been in. Everything but this. They took it.
Yeah.
Give them credit. All right, we'll come back and cool things down. Catch up for Jaguars today, the football weekend. Little last-minute Jag talk gets set to host the Jets this weekend. And I also want to mention the Gator basketball team and what they got coming up here in the next 72 hours or so as well. You're listening to The Drill. It's a GFL Friday on 1010XL.
The Drill on 1010XL. From the studios of Republic Services, we'll handle it from here.
Hi, this is Dale Murray with Murray Automotive Group in Stark and Kingsland. Save yourself from those big city dealers and their fast-talking flim-flam tactics. No matter what your automotive need is, we've got you covered. Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and nobody beats our prices, and I mean nobody. Shazam! Plus our exclusive 15-year, 150,000-mile warranty included on every qualified vehicle. And we'll trade anything from AirPods to fishing rods. Compare our prices online at ShazamAuto.com. Then come see me, Dale Murray. I'll be waiting for you. Shazam!
Barley and Pie Brewing Company in Fleming Island is excited to announce an all-new happy hour, 7 days a week. You heard right. Every day from 3 until 6 p.m. and again from 9 until close. Barley and Pie has deals you can't resist. 2-for-1 clay lights, 2-for-1 house wines, and much more. Experience the all-new happy hour at Barley and Pie Brewing Company in Fleming Island.
All right, I have a commerce alert. You better get your spot at the shed. At the shed in Atlanta Beach, you better get it quick. Perfect place to store your toys. I've been told there's a fat man from up north buying up all the shed space. Fine. Going to put his sleigh there. Going to put all the toys there. Hey, if you've got toys, SUVs, four-wheelers, RVs, boats, you got special things you need to take care of, the shed. Jacks.com. I'm telling you, whether your homeowners run out of property to build on, maybe you love surfing and biking, a healthy lifestyle, you got Hannah Park just around the corner there from the shed, Jacks.com at Atlantic Beach. Business owners, split your costs, keep business costs down. Maybe you just want to build a man cave, hang out there. This thing has everything. It is, without a doubt, unparalleled out at the beaches. Only and certainly most premium warehouse space ever built in AB. Find out more. All you got to do is go to theshedjacks.com or call 553-319.
Homemade cookies baked fresh by Jen. Original 80s band named Ice Creams by Ray. Build your own cookie ice cream sandwiches from scratch. Cookies and cream Jack's Beach. Open till 11 Friday and Saturday, 10 weekdays. Making our beach a better place. Cookies and cream Jack's Beach.
Pregame Friday, built by Dream Finders Homes on 1010XL.
Hey folks, Dave Binion here with Zero Res. At Zero Res, we love rugs. We will treat your fine Oriental rugs with the tender and loving care they deserve. Gerard, the Zero Res rug manager, is one of the few certified master rug cleaners in Florida. If you want your rugs cleaned with tender loving care, call Zero Res. Right now, get your rugs washed and we will give you 25% off. Zero Res, spelled forward or backwards, it's the right way to clean.
Hey, make a crucial catch against colon cancer. Hicken here for the Borland Groover Foundation. If you're 45 or older, the ball's in the red zone to get screened. The key to surviving colon cancer is early detection and prevention. And gang, 45 is a new 50. Get screened for colon cancer now. The Borland Groover Foundation is a non-profit organization devoted to building a healthy and equitable community free from colon cancer. Visit BorlandGrooverFoundation.com for more information.
Now that's what I call high-quality H2O. If you want high-quality water in your home at a fair price that won't scare you to death, then talk to someone who knows water and is not a pushy salesman. Contact your local water boy, Keith. I install premium equipment and can repair or even rebuild your existing system. In a business known for aggressive sales tactics, let me show you how my approach is different. If you've got any water problems, contact the water boy at waterboyjack.com.
This Day in Sports History is brought to you by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
On December 13, 2015, Alabama running back Derrick Henry wins the 81st Heisman Trophy after rushing for nearly 2,000 yards that season.
Googa Nation, it's Dreamfinders Danny Hicken here to tell you this is no dream. The folks at Dreamfinders Homes right now have an unbeatable interest rate for you. You may not think you can afford a Dreamfinders home. Well, think again. Take advantage of a 2.99% year one rate. I said it, 2.99%. 15 Jacksonville communities to choose from. Find that dream house and take advantage of an unbeatable rate. Move now, literally. Dreamfinders Homes, the official home builder of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Integrity, persistence, and standing up for victims. It's what you want in a personal injury case and what my friend and lawyer Glenn Cohen brings to every case for over 40 years. Call Glenn at Barnes & Cohen.
Joe C. for CSS Fireplaces and Outdoor Living. There's nothing like the ambiance of a custom-built fireplace. The team at CSS can design and install the perfect setup, including wood, gas, and electric models, whether you want the elegance of an indoor fireplace or the warmth of an outdoor fire pit. You dream it, they build it. Visit their showroom or online at cssfireplaces.com.
You dream it, we build it. CSS.
Man, jack of all trades, masters of none? It just feels like at every turn nowadays, every company can do all work. Not us. Hi, Stevie Beatrice here, second generation plumber right here in Jacksonville, Florida. We are your master plumbing company that only focuses on all your plumbing needs. So for your next plumbing job, don't call another Jack. Call Beatrice Plumbing, where plumbing is what we do and plumbing is what we're great at. Beatrice Plumbing, here to help.
This is Dr. Kevin Kaplan, head team physician for your Jacksonville Jaguars. Here's the latest update on the Jags, brought to you by Baptist Health and JOI.
Jaguars defensive coordinator Ryan Nielsen on the challenge of defending Jets quarterback Aaron Rodgers.
He'll run around making plays with his legs, and he can make every throw. Ball's coming out quick. You know, it's going to be a huge challenge, as it is every time you play him. So still playing at a high level, sees the game extremely fast and gets the ball out, and we got to do a good job in our rush, not letting them extend, and then in our coverage, playing tight coverage, you know, no easy throw. So nothing cheap, nothing deep, and keep them in the pocket.
Ryan Nielsen on Aaron Rodgers with your Jacksonville Orthopedic Institute Jaguars update. I'm Andrew Gibson.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Now, the cool down from the cool guys at Donovan Air Electric and Plumbing. Fast, reliable, and honest service since '87.
All right, guys. Let me tell you what I'm cooling down on. Out of nowhere, making no appearances in today's program. This subject, this topic, as it were. I'm cooling down on. This is the day we've been telling you about. When we told you to be mindful of these unbelievable college basketball matchups that come into play early in the season, then it'll get by you past the goalie if you're not careful. Tomorrow is that day. This weekend is that time. Are you ready for this, E?
Hit me.
Let's cool down on some college hoops coming your way tomorrow. Well, first and foremost, your 9th-ranked Gators. By the way, Florida all the way up to number 9. They're 7 in the net rankings. Arizona State is 8-1, so certainly a good test for Florida. That game is in Atlanta, by the way. But outside of that, here are some of the matchups you can look forward to. Texas A&M, number 17. They'll take on number 11, Purdue, tomorrow. UCLA and Arizona hook up tomorrow. That's always a good traditional matchup. NC State and Kansas. One in the Final Four a year ago. The other always a Final Four contender. Louisville and Kentucky play tomorrow. It certainly is a good rivalry matchup. Tennessee, number 1 in the country, goes and plays at Illinois. They're 7-2 and off to a good start. But I've got more. I've saved the big one for last one. So with all those games, in addition to a few more, the real headliner tomorrow, 8 o'clock tomorrow night, Gonzaga, UConn. That's a pretty good early season game as well. So just going down a little college basketball. Great day on the schedule tomorrow. If you're a hoops fan, you're going to find some good, compelling basketball as you watch. Of course, Army-Navy is tomorrow. The Heisman announcement is tomorrow. And then the NFL returns for us on Sunday. The Jags at home, just 2 home games left. I tell you what I'm thinking about doing. I haven't been to a game in the stands. I've been in the sterile antiseptic press box week after week after week. A little. I had to do some ticket mining here and see if I can't get somebody to go to the daggum game and just sit in the stands and have a good time. Maybe get a win. Maybe a thrilling, riveting 9-7 finale or something.
You can still catch a vibe in them stands. Yeah.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, for sure. All right, so we're cooling down on that. Now, listen, by popular demand, I'm going to go into the... We got issues here, and we try and give you answers. To this point, there have been no lawsuits. No one has come after us. I did hear Hicken say that maybe there was some feedback on one answer we gave, and they were threatening us in some way. But, look, we got a service to do here. If you take the gumption to write a letter to us because you don't have any answers on something that's been bothering you, we can at least tell you what we would do. If you find us to be smart and give good advice and be a successful lot in life in various ways that you would like to emulate, all we can do is tell you what we would do in that situation.
That's it.
So without further ado, E, if I could get a little bit of letters music, please. In your letter. There we go. Dear Drill. Are we going to do a fong bomb here?
It's Friday.
It's a fong bomb. You ready?
Oh, yeah.
Dear Drill, my husband and I have been married 10 years and in a relationship for 20.
Decades.
I just found out for more than a year he's been lying about working. He pretended he had a part-time contracting job, and he's been using our savings to pass as income from this fictional job.
Oh, man.
Over the past year, we made a lot of financial decisions based on the assumption that he was employed, which has left us in a tight situation. He initially denied it when I confronted him and even provided fake documents about his job before finally coming clean. I'm feeling many emotions because of this betrayal, and I'm unsure how to proceed. Can you guide me? Ooh, duped at the beaches, it says.
So,
duped at the beaches. E, you first here?
So, duped at the beaches, man. It's one thing that he lost his job and he was trying to cover it up. All right, cool. But the fact that he was going into y'all's savings and then produce the fake documentation, baby, get those bags and you better run to the west side. You better clear from the beaches. Leave them.
I would just ask this. Is your husband Balls Davis? Balls would famously, when Mrs. Balls was at home and he just had to have a break, he'd just go to the CVS parking lot, take a nap under the tree. Proudly said it. Yeah. So you tell her he's going to work. I think we all, guys, we'll do this. We're all guilty of saying we're working when we're not. But it's usually just a little one, right? I mean, poor Mrs. P, she got lied to when Dad was on the golf course, man. I had to work late today. I'm really playing 9, right? I mean, hopefully you're not, because here's another side of that. Here's the question I also have. I mean, I hate to answer your question with a question. I will stand by what E.T. said. This is such a huge betrayal of trust. There's a second life going on here. So my natural question is, okay, you figured out that he's saying he's at work and he's at not, and he's spending your money. Well, what is he doing? What's he doing for 40 hours a week? You sure he doesn't have another family somewhere? So I don't know if there's any. I don't know if you can help, dude.
Yeah, that's a problem.
Yeah, that's a problem. All right, I got one more here. Dear Drill. This comes from the Nassau County this morning.
Oh. Nassau County checking in.
My last parent passed away 24 years ago, and my brothers and sisters went their separate ways. We were not close in our younger years. I'm the youngest, so it was pretty hard on me to suddenly have no birth family, so to speak. A couple of years ago, my estranged brother and I reconnected. We have a lot in common. My husband and children really like him. The problem is, when he's been drinking, he calls me terrible names. It hurts me because I don't know why. It can be a great day, and then suddenly something sets him off. I want to say something to him, but I would hate to make him mad and cause our sibling relationship to go sideways again. I feel everything I am thinking of saying will hurt our friendship. I need some advice, and I promise to take it. Conflicted sis.
Oh, man.
I'll go first. Your brother's an alcoholic, and he needs help. He is what we call a mean drunk. I think everybody in the world listening to this can relate to this in some way, either whether it's a family or a friend. We all have that guy who just shouldn't drink.
Yes.
Some people can be drunk and are happy drunk or buzzed or tipsy. They're happy. They're good moods. Others can be good, seemingly normal, nice people. And when they get the drink in them, they just, something snaps. It's been like that since we were in high school. There's always that dude who just shouldn't drink, and you got one of those. I will say this. Shout out to your husband for really stepping up to the plate there, Chief. I don't know what skirt you're hiding behind, buddy, but it might be time to, maybe you to step in here to the situation. So I don't know if the hubby is going to get the response, but I'd say your quote-unquote husband might need to man up and tell this foul-mouthed drunk brother that he will not talk to his wife that way. How about that? So you may have issues with your husband there, too. I'm afraid he's got a lot of beta in him there.
So, Jim, earlier this week, we spoke about a particular person.
Okay.
Said person who has never been punched in the face.
Okay.
And it sounds like Bruh might be one of those people.
Although, if you're a mean drunk, he probably has been punched in the face. He just don't got nothing else to do about it.
Sometimes you learn.
Maybe the husband has never been punched in the face and he doesn't want to be.
There's also people who does the punching and has never done the punching, and that's definitely husband.
Oh, yeah, husband. Yeah, you gotta listen, yeah. Let my wife's brother come into my house and talk to my wife that way.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not repeating.
No, I'm not stepping out of that when it's a family. That's my wife, bro.
Right. I'm not repeating something that I've done and then I got punched in the face for, drunk or sober.
Sure.
So I don't think bruh's been punched in the face.
All right.
Sometimes it takes a good punching in the face.
America needs it. There's too many men that through today's, feelings first, the society have never really exacted the consequences of that smart mouth. But times have changed. Perhaps they never will. Just get used to it. Earmuffs, kids.
Earmuffs.
All right. There you go. Hope that helped. It'd be nice to just get next week maybe just a box of their happy holidays. Thanks for all your advice. My situation, you guys told me, back in 6 months ago, my situation's worked out terrific. Can I get some success stories, please?
Right.
What you got going on this weekend?
Oh, man, I got a parade that I got to...
a parade?
Yeah, man. You know your boy in there a little bit of everything.
He goes now.
I got a parade that I'll be a part of.
The Grand Marshal of a parade. My guy.
Man, if I was able to, I'd definitely take that trip down to Miami and go catch rains in Northwestern.
Oh,
man.
yeah.
That's going to be a classic.
Yeah, good luck to the Vikings. They try to bring home a state title. Everybody have a great weekend. Good luck to the Jaguars this weekend. Dare we start in victory formation 2 weeks in a row? We shall see. Man.